beautiful people. It is Thursday, the 7th of May. Welcome to TDA, the day after your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by you beautiful people in this beautiful culture. And of course, we're hosted by the very best. Brent, you in the building?
Boom, morning, amazing family.
Come on.
My family.
That's it.
Apologies for the tardiness. We were waiting patiently for Josh to arrive, but I see him in the chat. So, this one's on him.
True indeed.
This one is on him. We have to adjust his profile on the show.
Mm.
There was another person who was perennially late. Who was that?
Oh,
It wasn't the lateness. It was, I swear I'm gonna come in.
absence.
Mm.
Yes.
Who is that?
Is there a doctor of some sort?
That can't be a doctor.
Definitely not. Somebody trying to be one?
No. This is no Isaac slander. This is not him. This is not. It's a different educator.
He's one of them, though.
An educator?
No, as in Isaac. He's one of them who said he's. Oh, of course. But at least.
Any opportunity to just rib Isaac?
Absolutely not.
Crazy.
Definitely not ribbing as well.
Crazy.
But big up Murat, man.
Come on, miraculous. Marie and them things there.
But big him up because he called up on the post, man.
You know he's a esteemed member of society.
100%.
Unlike obviously Josh and his word that means nothing anymore. Do you understand?
Big up Josh, man. I like Josh. You understand? But I'm waiting for Josh to come in. It's true.
It's not what we're doing today.
Okay.
This is not a pro Josh morning stream. You understand? Until he comes true.
This is true.
When it is that he says he comes true,
Mm-hmm.
I think then we'll have to basically keep on the slander.
True indeed.
I shall slander him. Huh?
Hold this part and make sure that part is solid though, and then lift up. Yeah, keep going.
With the password for the door.
Okay.
No, what's this? I'm just saying.
I had it written down.
Do we to film that?
Eh?
We to film that. I sent it to you. I watched the video. You sent.
Good morning, everyone. BOE.
Come on.
Sorry, I'm late.
You weren't late. Josh was late.
Mm-hmm.
I was half expecting to walk in and receive.
This is it. You see? He fooled all of us.
Damn.
It wasn't just me.
Since, you got your degrees and everything and how to read.
He fooled the blacks. All right, then.
Oh, yeah, you said watch the video.
Yeah, watch the video. Christy kindly sent me a video of an exchange between, commentary of a doctor who doesn't have a license.
No.
Well, alleged doctor. She got read.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a hot read.
Damn.
Obviously, when people read people, they're always in cars for some reason. Always in cars. And I liked it.
So who's
I
is
kissed
the
a
doctor
girl
meant
and
to be?
I liked it.
Is the doctor meant to be like a known person?
She's very known.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Mm-hmm.
Are we allowed to know?
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Why did I think it was that woman?
What crazy that you know her. I didn't know her before.
The light skinned woman
Yes.
that's been on that talks about relationships and things like that nature, right?
Yes.
I just for some reason when you said that doctor you just described it, I just thought it's her. And I don't know why. But she's a doctor though, right? Or no?
At this point, I don't even know.
Oh, this is not right. Why are we doing this to people's credentials, man?
I don't know.
You can't go to school for many, many years and the people start saying, oh, I don't know. That's not fair. She must be a doctor.
Genuinely, I don't know. There's been so much back and forth about it. I don't know.
Serious?
Yeah. But I think what Mark said, the school that she went to for it, apparently it's closed down, but she got it.
I mean, school's closed down, school's open, you know?
People are still...
Oh, that's not fair, man. I believe in black women doctors. And so I'm not surprised when I see them, so...
I like that the one drop rule doesn't apply anymore. Well, sorry, does apply.
When? Wait, oh, was she not black?
I don't know. She's American. She's black.
What
She's black.
Christy.
What?
Then I said, wait. Mr. Time Blindness isn't a real thing. You're just rude. It's late. Where's the comments? I don't know what I'm reading. Read it, please, Ben.
What?
Read it, please.
Why? Because it doesn't make sense to you?
I can't.
Just
Let me try again.
hold it.
Are you right?
I'm smoking on what that's smoking on, man.
Smoking the reefer. Smoking the reefer.
He's referencing Josh.
No, yeah, but it's me. It's me. Shout out Fernand. My Jenna. Not too much on Fernando.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what,
top,
big enough
top.
for them?
All the time.
That's what I'm
We
saying
did
to
you
you.
yesterday?
I think so, yeah.
We backed him yesterday.
True. He just came in to say live.
He came in wild. Swinging.
He got Fernand, man. Fernand's one of the day ones, man.
Yeah.
Big him up.
And one
Every
of
single
those silent, powerful people in your community
100%.
who don't give me any praise for doing stuff I'm supposed to be doing. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm turning up and I'm being counted.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, enough of that. Love it, man.
100%.
Get every single ish off you want. You've earned it. You've earned it.
That's it. Fernand contributes to the show more than people know, man.
Yeah.
True. I'm not even saying that as a joke.
No.
True.
No. I'm more than cheesy boy.
What? What did you say?
No, what?
What did you just say?
Why have you said what? Like I've said something wrong.
No, because I heard something. I was just like,
Everybody heard it.
yeah, exactly. Don't try and gaslight me.
What? I said, what? When? What? I said, why have you said something as though I've said something wrong? Where's the gaslight?
I heard something, and you're saying like,
I haven't even opened the oven.
okay.
I haven't opened the oven. In fact, it's an electric mother effing oven. Gaslighting. Oh, crap. Just was about to say something very important. Never mind. So we got great news. Let me just do this. Can you remember the time when we fall? Oops. Can you remember this?
Yes, indeed.
What was this?
This is the
Bruck.
but the wonderful entranceway to the great My Baker.
100% Narnia in there.
You know what I'm saying?
Narnia. All your dreams come true.
I'm telling you.
Come on. And then, bang.
Come on.
Who's got the upgrade? You didn't go back to the same old,
No.
because once you leave something, when you know it doesn't serve you anymore, and you get patterned up, you make sure. Pattern up. You understand? No one's getting through there. They can cut you the sides. But not through there anymore.
No, not at all.
Not through it anymore. I love this. Do you know, when I saw it, I'm like, it's blue. I didn't expect the double.
Yeah.
They've learned a lesson.
100%.
They've learned a lesson. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
2 locks on the door. No more
Yeah,
animals.
I hope anybody who ever looks to thinks twice.
100%.
Yeah, them 2 locks thinks twice. Yeah. This is wonderful. This is a representation of us basically doing what we're supposed to be doing as a community.
Yep.
You understand?
Relying on ourselves.
Come on.
Not going to the government.
Come on.
Understand?
Come on.
Don't
I have
make
no
it
she
fun.
votes.
Huh?
Understand? I don't know if she votes, but
You understand?
cares?
Who cares?
She got community.
Exactly. This is it, man.
Come on.
And
We love you.
some of us might put something on the door. So any evil hand that wants to go there,
Yeah,
will
yeah.
just.
Have you already done it?
You done it? You said
Have you already done it?
No,
There's
not yet, not
evil
yet.
stuff coming from my prayers.
it
That's
wouldn't
not
be
how it
evil
works.
for me either. It's
Did you just say evil?
No.
Crazy how my body just
Crazy. No, to be fair. To be fair.
Say evil.
I said
you said
those-
evil in different contexts.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
We love you, Mel, daily. This is such an amazing picture to wake up to.
Yeah, man.
So amazing. I love how it is that you've made it easier for the mailman too.
Real, man.
My back, back, bloody back. Lovely. I appreciate you sending us all this information, Mel. Giving us the opportunity to extend kindness. It's lovely, isn't it?
True indeed, man.
It's a true gift to allow somebody else to basically gift you something.
Yeah.
Understand? I just have to learn that lesson. That's the last lesson I have to learn before, I clock out. Keep away from me. All right, then. What a way to start the day.
Yes,
Amazing.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Shout out, Josh.
Come on.
It's not even connected, but you get me. This is your day, bro. Local elections day.
Yes, man. Everyone gonna vote? Yeah.
No, she said yesterday that she doesn't participate in voting.
Whatever, or just the local?
Ever?
No, I've done locals, but not. In recent times, not the
Not the general one.
not the general.
But this is a local.
Yeah, but even so, I don't see anything.
Is it on the way home though? Like sometimes it's right next to your house and you can just might as well. Or you just don't want to.
No, I don't want to participate.
But why?
Once she set her mind on something, you're not gonna basically budge her.
Yes, I know it's true.
How do you know it's true? Let's go there.
I mean,
Why did you say that?
I don't know.
Have you voted, Emmanuel?
No, it's too early, man. Can't vote. I'm saying I was focused on being here. Understand?
Too early.
Yeah.
You could have done vote time ago.
Yeah, but I want to focus on the job at hand. TDA, the pulse. You understand? So maybe on the way back, not maybe, pardon me, on my way back, I'll go and vote. You know what I'm saying?
All right, then. Who are you going to vote for?
Gotta be George.
George Galloway.
Come on, George. You know what I'm saying?
George Galloway.
Man doesn't tolerate nonsense. Oh, there was a post of his the other day. I was going to put it on the show. I said, nah, this is too much. That was a good one where I actually watched more than half. You know what I'm saying? Because that one...
It was probably about that song.
No, it was about... it was a gender sort of thing.
You never beaten the charges, bro.
So I didn't say it. It was George.
You never beaten the
You know what I'm
charges.
saying? I didn't say it.
Yeah, and you said that you watched it all the way through.
No.
And they said this is foreign for you to watch clips all the way through. You never beaten the charges,
I didn't get
bro.
all the way to the end. I was just watching to feel like, oh, should I put it on TDA?
It's crazy.
I watched it.
Why do you do that?
What? No, because I know that TDA is the
That's
best show
not
on the
even
planet.
journalistic integrity.
Let me tell you why. Because I know that TDA is the greatest show on the planet. You know what I'm saying? I want to experience it too. Fresh, surprised like everybody
This
else.
is bonkers.
So let me, you know what I'm saying? 1 foot in the studio, 1 foot outside listening.
Absolute bonkers. Here's our favorite scientist. Sorry. Did we ever? You haven't got the doctor yet, but you will. Amen.
Come
Amen. And I mean, did we ever celebrate Sasha Henrique, the Black genetic counselor? We know who she is. She's a friend of the show. She's a family member.
Yep.
That came on the show a while ago, completing her PhD. Yeah, we did.
Big
And
up, man.
I'm not sure if you were there.
On that day, I don't think so.
Yeah. The wonderful Isaac, soon to be Dr. Isaac, he sent in the Discord this information.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw that. And I think, the next day you guys spoke about it or something. Something
Immediately,
like yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Bigger up, man, and bigger up. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
All blacks.
Would you like her back on the show? Because obviously that can happen. Like I said, she's family.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Let us know if it is you'd like that to happen.
Real doctor.
I'll make her happen.
Real PhD.
That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? What's crazy? Christy's a troublemaker, you know.
Who?
Christy.
What? How am I in it?
What? You're the one who you the one who sent Brent the video? Now you brought it to my attention?
It was a callback. She's being messy. I knew what you
Thank you very much.
Bro.
Thank you very
I got
much.
you. She's being messy.
I didn't say a thing. Don't try and. Are you okay?
We saw you in the camera.
Adjust your senses immediately.
Alright, shout out family.
Yeah, man.
We got any videos today?
Yes, we do. Christy, 102. Let me give you a bit more. Slight controversy or straight happiness and joy? As the first or second. Because both are getting played.
Crazy.
Both get played.
Choose the order.
See,
Which is
Order.
that?
I don't know. just
Okay,
two.
two. That's the controversial one. Let's get straight to it's normal for Christy. Straight to controversy.
Order. G7 says, am I the only one who has been able to have YouTube minimized on my home screen and scroll other apps without the premium?
I started noticing that's happening like of recent.
Oh,
I didn't know what happened.
Really?
oh, for you Apple guys, just recently.
Let me
Oh,
see.
it's a damn shame.
Yeah, that's. I
So,
noticed that, and I was just like, wait, hold on. I don't remember signing up to no preview.
G7, are you a Apple user? Guaranteed, you must be. Must be.
I mean, I think I've been doing that because
No, you ain't.
I have been doing that.
Apple guy.
The thing is, if you want to surprise me, you want to show me a good time,
Mm.
then when I lock my phone,
Mm.
you keep that YouTube stream running. It doesn't, unless you have premium.
Okay, cool.
You understand?
Mm.
So yeah, don't get me excited, bro. I've been doing that.
Your G7 said, yeah, Apple, of course. Yeah, this is why you've only now figured this out. Us Android people, we've been having this like, oh my goodness, for the longest years. Don't know why you people just care about Apple like this. Thank you, 90 for normal settings for Android. Very normal. Anyway,
Good for you, lot.
you know what I'm saying? Now you act like you're not excited about it now. You've been excited and enjoyed it for a long time. We're on to the next features.
So with your Android, like, it's so funny. I've conditioned myself to believe if I have an Android, I ain't gonna get no babes.
No, it's not true, man.
I don't know why it is that you decided to think that that was a tee up.
I don't know.
Don't get involved.
Don't know.
I just think Apple is the sexiest thing going. You understand?
Androids remind me of old people.
Yeah, like
And then they got the flip.
you know when they do that and then
Yeah. And then
That's the
oh, accurate. I've just been sent something from one of our listeners.
Come on.
Maybe they want me to play it on the show.
Okay.
Y'all said I'm quiet, but I'm shy. Lol, trying to get over it. All right.
I know
so,
that is.
Is that a bar?
No, but it sounded like something somebody said in the chat.
Oh, serious?
Yes.
All right. Well, I have to
Let me see if it's the same person.
follow through. Fill the. Oh, have you been following that trial with Stefan Diggs and that next
Nah,
Chefers?
nah, not at all. What about you, Christy?
Apparently, she's lost
Mm.
because she said that he choked her. Trigger warning, physical violence. And I'm going to be saying it for the next 10 seconds. Apparently, he choked her. And in court, there's a video that was played after she supposedly, allegedly got choked. And she's.
What?
Yeah.
After getting choked?
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
I watched the video today,
Mm.
and they were discussing like what went wrong in it. And one of the commentators said, "I think she's just an idiot."
Damn. Wow.
The other one was trying to suggest that the lawyer kind of did a backdoor deal, and the guy was like, "Nah, I think she's just an idiot."
Damn.
Yeah. But alas, man.
It's a damn shame.
Apparently, she was offered 100 bags,
Mm.
and instead she wanted 5.5 million.
Yeah.
I don't think she's getting anything now.
She'll get
Or maybe she
probably-
has to pay for the
Yeah, that's what she's going to
lawyer
get.
fees.
She's going to get a bill. But anyway.
So I've sent one to the right account for me to put it up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent two. All right, let's see what we've got here. You said that you think you know. You
Well.
said you think you know. Let's see.
We shall see.
Okay. Copy.
Everyone like the video, please. Like the video. Share the video.
All right. And this is the first one.
I was right.
Well, you didn't see it, so you don't count for anything. All right. So this is a wonderful. Did we pronounce it right last
No,
time?
she never corrected us. So we're gonna say Aruzam tea.
Black currant.
Black currant.
Yes, because it says azurant something. So, but black currant. Black currant is nice. It hits a lot of
Black currant.
touch points. All right, let's do a shop. My wardrobe. Crazy. Except it's my brand, and these items are.
Come on.
Come on, let's go.
A shop my wardrobe, except it's my brand.
Oh, that's actually a sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it was. All right. My bad, black currant.
And these items are available for you to pre-order now.
Nice voice. That's a very good start.
Mm.
Very good start. Hadn't heard her voice before. Very good
She's
start.
come on Discord.
Excuse me?
And she come on Discord.
Talk about South Africa?
No.
I would remember that.
She's not from South Africa. No way.
No.
So-
Are we talking about Azurant?
Don't go and gaslight her.
Wait, hold on.
Try. You just said it. What did you say?
Azurant
We
in
said
the
black
chat.
currant.
Yeah, black currant.
No, she's come on Discord before. So
Sure.
Yes.
Oh
Come
no,
on.
no, she has.
Come on, black currant.
Yeah, we eventually got her on. Yeah.
So basically, why it's black currant? One, because you're black and beautiful, obviously. But at the end of your name, it's not even ant. It's
Exactly.
yeah.
All right, black currant. Black currant.
Just accept black currant. You know
Black
what I'm
currant is
saying?
better. No, come on. Black currant. And it's a wonderful fruit. Wonderful fruit. All right, let's go. It's the best fruit. This is our childhood.
Yeah, right. 100%,
been up?
man.
Can
I've
you
been
just
there.
play the video?
You knew here.
Like, what are we
You
doing?
knew here. All right, I will shut my mouth for the rest of the episode.
He
Interruptions.
said, why is the video
No.
cropped? Wait, why is the video cropped?
Sorry, who said that? Black currant? Then I'll change it. I will change it. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, everyone needs to see the whole outfit, you know what I'm saying?
All right. You know, some people in our community like to be bashful. Not blackcurrant. I love this. More of this, please, people. More of this. Let us celebrate you in all of your glory. Let's see. I have to make this bigger. All right. That's good. And then I have to do this. And then this. You see, we will always take the time for our people, man.
100%, man.
Let us celebrate you well.
I'm going to play the video again, man.
I have to start again.
100%.
I have to run it back. I have to run it back. Sorry. Bear in mind, if it is you get a nickname from me, then you're special.
True indeed.
Yeah. You're the one who know Emmanuel's nickname. He doesn't even know, to be honest. You know, to laugh. I'm talking to you. All right, let's volume up. Okay, full spread. Okay.
Wardrobe, except it's my brand, and these items are available for you to pre-order now.
Ooh, where's the link? Where's the link? Where's the link? Let me see if I can get the link so we can put it in the chat.
I mean, we could do that afterwards, Ben. While it's playing.
So you've done the same thing as just all right then. I'm not talking for the rest of the week. I'm not talking for the rest of the week. Yeah? Yeah. Apparently my quickie self, is not appreciated on this podcast.
Trying to help you
this
out.
morning show.
We're trying to
Yeah?
help you.
All right. Lock off my mic. You see, when I stop talking, I'm not getting enough from the room. These are looks. You're not
Amazing.
supposed to be like, ooh.
Amazing.
That's what you're
Because
supposed to be
we're
doing.
taking it in.
Exactly.
You know what
Is your
So
ADHD
if this
acting
hasn't
up?
convinced you to follow the brand or the journey so far, I don't know what will. Maybe the next video. All right, see you then.
I'm saying? Maybe you coming on the show. I don't know.
She definitely has to come on the show.
Let's do a shop my wardrobe, except it's my brand, and these items are available for you to pre-order now.
Come
Like
on.
that look.
Come on.
So if this hasn't convinced you to follow the brand or the journey so far, I don't know what will.
All right, next one. Because she's doubled up too.
Come on.
All right.
This is
Follow her up. AR. In fact, you had the call to action.
Chill out.
What we
You
doing?
got
Sorry. Shout out, man, them. Shout out, the man, them. Like,
Aruzam T.
come on.
Basically. Can you tell us your name so that we know what we're doing?
I'm saying black currant.
To be fair, blackcurrant works, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 100% you need to come on the show, man. And when you get time, like do a men's something as well.
I'm looking forward to that.
100%, man. No, I love it, man. I love it, honestly. It's
Yes.
amazing.
So what happens
Amazing.
when I stop talking?
Very
What happened? Mm-hmm.
Very lovely.
Like Energy said, you're a natural, man. Don't know why you're acting all shy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, big up you, man. Big
Come
up
on.
you, 100%. Love it, love it.
no.
What was that?
Hmm.
All right, stopped. Okie dokie. Apparently we got some videos.
Yes, we do. The second one, please.
All right.
It's going to be a bit of a... it might be a controversial day. Somewhat.
Has said in songs and interviews.
What is all this?
I don't represent black women.
Automatically playing. Is that the second one?
Yeah.
Is this the second one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Let's see, my thing's all janky now. Janky mananky.
In fact, it's not too controversial for TDA, to be fair.
Where's this
You know what I'm saying?
one?
But Christy will be in her bag today.
Any more than Stephen.
Blackcurrant.
I'm never listening to you.
Well, Blackcurrant needed it.
Bartlett represents
All right.
Okay.
I'll leave it right there.
black men, and this ties into my conversation earlier this year
You
about
gotta
the
go
fact that neither white people know the
You know Emma GREDE?
I can't lie, only when she's been on this run that I've ever heard about her. I didn't know her before.
He doesn't represent black women any more than Stephen Bartlett represents black men. And this ties into my conversation earlier this year about the fact that neither white people nor the system see biracial people as black people. I know some of you think this is the case, or the system sees you as black. This is not the case. Now, Emma GREDE has been going on tour promoting her book, you know, doing all these black podcasts and positioning herself as somebody whose journey can be taken as that of the typical black woman, when this is completely incorrect. Emma GREDE is a biracial person who married into whiteness, built her business around whiteness. To then say that her journey will be typical of every other black woman's, especially unambiguously phenotypically black women, is grossly incorrect. Same thing with Stephen Bartlett. He benefits from having, you know, a biracial identity, lighter skin tone, all of these things that go into making a person's experience on this planet. He benefits from all of that. To then take his trajectory and journey and say this would be the trajectory of every black man, it's completely incorrect. It's a gross misjustice, or injustice, sorry. Now, when somebody like me comes out and says these things, you guys act like I'm just making stuff out of the top of my head. These are staunch sociological topics that are being discussed and are being revealed, you know, and explored across different dynamics of life. But, you know, some of you don't like challenging yourself. You're so, you know, emotional and insecure about simple discussions like this. And this is a prime example of it. Emma GREDE doesn't represent black women any more than Stephen Bartlett represents black men. And this ties into...
Yeah, that's it. Just wanted to show the people. Black Rob, big up Black Rob, back in the building. And Blackcurrant is talking. She said, I agree. Do you agree with this, Christy? Do you believe Emma GREDE and Stephen Bartlett don't represent black folk?
I typically don't think they do. But, again, but with Emma GREDE, I can't lie to you, I didn't know her before. So I guess more Stephen Bartlett. But from what I've seen on her run, she's promoting her book. I first saw her pop up on the Breakfast Club, and then she was talking about how she only spends 3 hours with her kids because she's more so into her. Not that she's not into her kids, but career, very career-driven, focused, all of that kind of things. And I guess that was controversy. And then another controversy when she said working from home is not going to get you. The women, basically, you're starting in your career by working from home, basically. And that kind of got, the narrative went to, I don't know how black women got into that, but apparently that was not obviously the advice she was given, by not encompassing all the experiences of why you would stay at work from home kind of thing.
Okay.
But I didn't even know that she was I didn't know she was the, not brains, I guess partly the brains behind Kim Kardashian. So that's who she heavily works with,
Skims
and stuff like that. But yeah.
Blackwell makes a point here. He says, I don't think it's got anything to do with what do you call it, her being mixed, because dark skinned women do the same thing. She said it's more so that she doesn't align herself with blackness until it suits her. And maybe Stephen Bartlett, I'm assuming he's saying that's it's the same sort of thing. Ed says, maybe I'm a dunce, but I don't fully understand what he's saying. When did Stephen Bartlett become the benchmark for black people? I don't think he's saying that he himself is, or makes himself seem to be, or whatever it may be, but more so that I think the system, people think the system group us all the same as black people, innit? You know what I'm saying? Because many times we say, oh yeah, if we're including them as black and this, that, and the third, the system sees them as black also, and they treat them the same way and all this sort of stuff. But he's saying, no, there's a difference. There's actual difference between them. Stacey says, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Just got here. Fantastic. But on the topic of Emma Grede, I think she's completely out of touch. Why do you say that? But yeah, that's basically that video that I wanted to show, just to see what you guys' opinion is on that. Because he's obviously taking a slightly different stance, where it's like, no, the system itself doesn't even view these people. The system views them as different to us, black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
which typically is not what we hear.
I saw another clip of her on, she came on KUREE's podcast, and then she was like, oh, as we, she said we, like, as black, and I was just thinking, you're talking to KUREE Simmons, who's not black, and then you're also, I just thought.
When she's saying we, though, she might be talking about like Kimura, they're mixed.
No, she was talking in the context of black America. That's what she was talking about.
But in America, they're black, though.
I just thought. I thought just two mixed race people, women talking to each other. But whatever.
All right. Next video is a more positive video. And
you think it is appropriate?
This video is basically from Nas's daughter, man. And Nas has said this a couple times, I feel like, right? He's basically said he's not been around as a pops. And he doesn't necessarily, I don't know, see himself as the greatest father in the world, innit? But she had some words to say about that, innit? So I just wanted to highlight this.
Is that he felt that he wasn't present in your life.
Probably was a bad father to my firstborn, love her to death. But I ain't been home since my first song, provided for. But money can't replace a father for.
How do you feel like that? Do you feel that way?
I mean, I feel like, he has the right to his feeling. He's a Virgo, so they're really hard on themselves. Yeah. And they're really hard on themselves, even when they do a good job. And I told him, like, I think you're just kind of hard on yourself, because my dad was around. Like, yes, he had to work, and my parents were not together the entire time I was growing up, so we were in, separate households. But, like, my dad was there. I was with him on the weekends, spring break, summer break, winter break. It was just kind of routine. And, of course, like, with his travel and with his schedule, no, he can't get me every single weekend. There are weekends where I can do other things, which I appreciate. Actually. Oh, he used to take me to dinner on Wednesday nights too. And he used to show up to my stuff, like the important recitals, or pick me up from karate or dance or whatever I had.
You kicked ass in karate.
And he used to plan activities for us. Like, it wasn't just the same old thing. He used to look up stuff, and like, we used to do cool things, take me to plays and musicals and things. I don't know. I know some people who grew up with their father in the house that didn't know their dad that well. Me and my dad did a lot of stuff. I was looking back like, man, I got a lot of memories. I had like a lot of big moments in my life that I could talk about, and my dad set that up and brought me there, and he thought about it. I feel like he did so much to make sure that I had a great childhood, and he did so much to teach me and raise me. Like, he taught me how to spell and how to read and how to add.
With him being who he is, that's a lot, and that sounds very present.
I had a young parent. He's 23, 24. He just happens to really read a lot. I'm grateful for that, because normally I don't think it would have been like that. At 5, you're teaching me about I'm a black queen and how powerful my melanin is and things like that. And I'm going to a school with all white kids, knowing that he just kind of put this sense of knowing in me. I just felt like I know who I am. I'm proud of myself. Now I gotta curse out the teacher. Now I gotta speak up about every little thing. I argued with my 3rd grade teacher about Jesus in front of the whole class.
Really?
Yes. She said he wasn't black.
He is for sure black.
I argued with her, came back the next day with more information. And then it was inappropriate the next day.
Okay.
We can't keep talking about it now. So yeah, I grew up with a lot of self-awareness. So I'm really grateful that he poured into me. Like, he really poured into me. He wanted to make sure that I had the knowledge that I needed.
So your father has said in songs and interviews that he
I just want to big up the greatest rapper of all time, man. You know what I'm saying? And all the black dads out there who are doing a phenomenal job, man. Sometimes you don't get the praise in the moment, but I think the kids, when they get of age, they recognize, man, they remember, man, and they understand your contribution, man. So big up all the black dads who are doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Do you agree with good morning, Stacey? Give me 1 second, please. Do you agree with the interviewer when she said, given essentially his status, you're quite lucky that he did all of that?
I don't
it's
see
paraphrased, obviously.
I don't see it as like, you know, a lucky sort of thing, but more so like, I understand where she's coming from, that he's so busy. He's not going to be around. He's going to be on tour. He's going to be doing something. He's got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I understand her question, but I'm pretty sure to Nas, the most important job is I'm a dad. You know what I'm saying? But I need to provide for this child. So I can't just be there at home every goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? I got to do things so I can, you know what I'm saying? So he might be thinking, no, I don't have all that time in the world. But she recognized there was a good balance that he maintained. He taught her all the necessary things. And her as a black woman, valuing herself, her skin, her melanin, everything that makes her her, gives that knowledge as well. Her desire to want to read, write, all these things come from her pops. You know what I'm saying? So it may not be the ideal situation, but the man wasn't living with her, but still did what he could to make sure he raised his daughter to be a holistic, a good woman, man, holistically.
Good morning, Stacey.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Blessed and highly favored. Did you see your favorite baker's new door?
No, I didn't.
I'm putting it up on the screen right now. Look
late.
between Emmanuel's ears. Sorry, that's not right. Each side of Emmanuel's ears. Look at the screen.
Oh, nice.
So
Very nice.
left is before,
Very
right
nice.
is
I'm
after.
glad.
So she thanked everybody.
Nice.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Stacey.
Very welcome.
All right, run it.
Of course. You got to contribute to the community.
Come on.
What do you call it? First, I don't want to backtrack first, but I like what Regine's doing with that podcast. I think she's really found like her lane, and I think it's very cool to see like all the different celebrity kids that she's bringing on there and just giving everybody increased perspective. So that's really cool. And I saw that clip and I liked it a lot. I saw it kind of going viral, and I saw everybody in the comments like really bigging her up. So very, very nice. But my commentary is more to do with the whole Emma Grede thing. I don't know what angle that y'all talked about it at, because I was late. But I think when it comes to her and her comments, I didn't watch as much of the full clips as I like wanted to. I saw clips online, but I didn't watch any of like the full interviews, and I probably should go back. I just haven't been a fan of what I have seen. And I'm hoping that maybe the way that the clips were positioned took her out of context. I hope, but I don't think so. I think she's just out of touch, and I don't know that it has much to do about race. I think it has a lot more to do with privilege. And I think she's one of those people who was a beneficiary of extreme amount of privilege. Honestly, this is separate from her husband. I didn't even know her husband was white until you guys said it. It doesn't surprise me at all. I just think there's a lot of privilege that she had access to that makes her completely out of touch with the reality of the average corporate experience of a Black woman. And I think that she would be a lot more credible for me to digest if she acknowledged that in some of her advice. Like, this idea of like being present to me gives very much like pick yourself up by your bootstraps like territory, and to me it's just bullshit. Like I think there's a conversation to be had about how Black women are valued in the workplace that is completely separate from your physical presence in the workplace, and that to me makes a lot of what she's saying null and void. So that's my spiel.
Yeah, fair enough. Hear it. I hear it. She don't necessarily think it's a color thing. It's just
Yeah.
how she's okay. Okay, fair enough. Don't go nowhere. We need you for
Yeah.
the topic of the day as well, yeah?
Oh, that wasn't the topic of the day? That's awkward.
No, that's just the intro.
Okay.
But yeah. Alright, Brent, let's get into some headlines.
I kissed a girl and I like.
All right, people. So, two people have been arrested in connection with a BBC undercover investigation into immigration advisors helping some asylum seekers pretend to be gay to stay in the country. The coordinated raids in East London were led by the Criminal and Financial Investigations section of the Home Office's Immigration Enforcement Team. Last month, I believe we even spoke about it as well on the show.
Would you?
Huh?
Would you?
If I really needed the help, and I just had to say I was.
No, pretend to be.
Yeah, by just saying I was.
No, that's not how you pretend to be something. That's just talking.
I can only talk it. I can't do anything else. I got to stay in my country. This is diabolical. What?
Even if it's to basically look to see if like to be a present father in your child's life. We just talked about Nas and what he's doing. What are you willing to do?
I mean, Nas wasn't there every day, innit? So we got WhatsApp call now. We got stuff.
Yeah, it's easy though. It's easy.
Was he?
I mean, you can pretend to be other things in my eye. You do it well. So you should see him do a Christian.
Terrible.
All right, run it.
All right, so last month, BBC News revealed how migrants, pardon me, whose visas are due to expire, are being instructed on how to obtain fake evidence, right? Including supporting letters and photographs to support their asylum claims. The investigation secretly filmed an event for LGBT asylum seekers, where a succession of migrants told an undercover reporter that most of these people attending were not genuinely gay. The Home Office announced an investigation in response. A woman in her late 40s was arrested on suspicion of providing an immigration service contrary to Section 91 of the Immigration and Asylum Act, while a man in his early 20s was arrested on suspicion of fraud. So yeah, this was happening, man. But obviously, people are desperate to stay in the country, man. You know what I'm saying? So can't blame them. Next headline. Lib Dems have accused Kemi Badenoch of being willing to put Nigel Farage in number 10 after she hinted that she would approve council pacts, right? So Badenoch has suggested that she would be happy for Conservative councillors to govern in cooperation with Reform UK councillors. So in an interview with Sky News, asked about the possibility of a Tory Reform pact at local level, she at first said that in the councils where Reform won last year, there were no coalitions with the Conservatives. But she went on to say, we are willing to work with people who will help deliver Conservative policies.
Crazy.
Commenting on her answer, Daisy Cooper, who's the Lib Dem deputy leader, said, lifelong Tory voters across the country will be appalled that Kemi Badenoch is opening the door to coalitions with Reform. This is a dress rehearsal for the next general election when the Conservatives are preparing to put Nigel Farage into number 10. It's not unusual for parties, as you guys know, which fight each other aggressively to end up cooperating in local government if no one has a majority and if they can agree a shared agenda. At national level, Badenoch and Nigel Farage have both rejected talk that they could go into the next election with some sort of electoral pact. But during the election campaign, both of them have offered hints that they might be open to a rethink. And the next headline, union bosses have turned on Sir Keir Starmer ahead of an expected local election bloodbath, citing his failure to deliver the change he promised. We're going to see these results, man, obviously tomorrow and talk about it. But one general secretary of a Labour-affiliated union told the Telegraph that the Prime Minister needs to go, while another one said the government is not good enough. A video call has been scheduled for 5 p.m. on Friday, when union leaders will be privately discussing the local election results and what should be done next. Labour is expected to lose hundreds of council seats across England on Thursday. That's what they're saying. They're expected to lose hundreds of council seats across England today, right? The party was on 18% in a national voting intention poll released by YouGov yesterday and Wednesday, significantly behind Reform on 25% and only just ahead of the Tories on 17%. Crazy. Brent, can you play this video for me, please? It's our next headline, and just play it when you're ready. It's in the title. A Ukrainian man who is accused of setting fire to the Prime Minister's house told police that he never knew it was Keir Starmer's. He basically said, I never heard of Keir Starmer, right? This is a Ukrainian man, right? I'm going to butcher the names, guys, so very sorry. Ukrainian nationals Roman Lavrinovich, who's 22, and Petro Pochinov, who's 35, and a Ukrainian-born Romanian national Stanislav Karpich, who's 27, are both accused of targeting 2 properties and a car that's linked to Sir Keir Starmer. They denied the charges. How is it that this is just coincidence and they don't know who Starmer is? Unless, obviously, the person who commissioned them to do it obviously never told them who it was for, innit? But, yeah.
But why would...
We don't know.
The reason?
We don't know. But Lavrinovich, he allegedly carried out the arson attacks after being recruited online by Russian-speaking Telegram user L Money, who promised him payment, right? And during a police interview, the same guy was asked several times if he knew who Sir Keir Starmer was and whether he held a grudge against him, to which he repeatedly answered no. All 3 men who live in London are charged with conspiring together with others, and with others to damage property by fire between the 1st of April and the 13th of May. This is last year, 2025. Lavrinovich, who's from Lewisham, South East London, is also charged with damaging property by fire with intent to endanger life on the 11th and the 12th of May, 2025 at 2 properties in North London. Again, both of them connected to Sir Keir Starmer. And here's George Galloway's take on the situation.
Of the British media is covering the fact that at the end of this month, 3 Ukrainian rent boys are on trial for allegedly arsoning the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Rent boys, massage artists, male models, every one of them a Ukrainian, is charged with arsoning 2 separate residences, 2 separate vehicles. Now, if this were happening to me or any other citizen in the land, every person in Britain would be fully conversant and would be speculating wildly on exactly why these Ukrainian rent boys allegedly arsoned the British Prime Minister. But not one news report has occurred into the extraordinary circumstances of a serving British Prime Minister being singled out for reasons we know not why, allegedly, by 3 Ukrainian rent boys. And very pretty boys. The men are pleading not guilty. They may very well be innocent, but they may very well have to be cross-examined. But by the end of the trial, we'll know one whole lot more about just what they had held against the British Prime Minister. No part of the British media is covering the fact that at the end of this month, 3 Ukrainian rent boys...
Why?
See how this guy is?
Why is he saying it like that?
I don't know. He doesn't give a damn about nobody and nothing.
What does it... what is the correlation in rent boy?
I don't know if he just plucked that from somewhere and added it to this. I have no idea, but George Galloway, he don't give a damn. Workers' Party, and that's what I voted for last time. I'm definitely going to be voting for him today as well. Pick him up, man. But yeah, that's what's going on, man. But he has a point, though. Why is it that none of us knew about this in the news?
Yeah, it's very quiet, isn't it? That should be... I would have thought that be all over the
exactly.
news.
This is the Prime Minister, you know. Arson attacks on his house.
Yeah.
2 of his properties. His car. Come on now. There's something going on. Next headline, and Siobhan Zilis, who's a Neuralink executive and also the mother of 4 of Elon Musk's children, took the stand on Wednesday as one of the most highly anticipated witnesses in Musk's case against OpenAI. So the ChatGPT maker has argued that whilst Zilis worked with OpenAI between 2016 and 2023, she was also involved in a secret relationship with Musk, acting as an informant for him. So Musk's case against OpenAI alleges that the company's CEO, Sam Altman, and also the president, Greg Brockman, co-founders of the company with Musk, broke a founding agreement when they restructured it from a non-profit to a for-profit enterprise. The Tesla CEO accuses Altman and Brockman of unjustly enriching themselves and wants both removed from their positions at the startup. one of the most valuable in the world, as you guys know. He's also seeking the undoing for the for-profit restructuring and $134 billion in damages to be redistributed to OpenAI's non-profit arm. And our last headline for now, Britain will be like Russia if it quits the European Convention on Human Rights, the ECHR. This is what the chief of the Council of Europe has warned. Elaine Bessette said that the UK would join a group of pariah states such as Russia and Belarus by leaving the Human Rights Watchdog, which was established back in 1950 with Britain as a founding member. The Tories and Reform UK are both pledged to leave it. Imagine, yeah, this is if they win the next general election. And they blame the convention for preventing tougher action on illegal immigration. The Labour government has said that it will never leave the ECHR or the Strasbourg court associated with it, but wants its rules to be reformed, right? And yeah, that's pretty much essentially the end of that headline. Let's get into our topic of the day. All right, people. So our topic of the day, like I said, it's going to be a bit of a nice one. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to spend actually, it's 9/11. We got time. So we're going to see what's going on with everyone's thoughts and opinions on this one. There's a video that I want us to see. And I want you guys to let me know what your thoughts are, man. Stacey, you still in the chat? Still in the Discord, I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
You think it is appropriate for black people to litigate and discuss levels and degrees of blackness?
Yeah. Because we do it anyway.
No. I know that we do it, but do you think it's appropriate for black people intraculturally to say this is blacker than this, that is blacker than that?
Okay.
Like, this is blacker
only in the sense of gatekeeping, maybe.
Say more.
But I'm thinking of this at the top of my head. I do not think that we should litigate somebody's blackness. I just told my story. My blackness was litigated. It still is because of my ex, right? Constantly. Oh my God, constantly.
I'm sure, yeah.
So, of course, I'm going to say it's something that we should not do. We should not be litigating. There's no book that exists there's a checklist that says this makes you black, this is not. I think that's what makes us beautiful, is that we are all different. So no, I don't think that we should litigate it, but I do think that there should be some kind of boundary or line. So maybe that's not litigating it in the sense of keeping what's ours. You think we should?
Absolutely.
In what way though?
In all ways.
But like what does that mean?
Number one, I think it's something that all cultures do.
Well, they do. I said that, but you said don't say that. I'm like, well, yeah, we should because we do. And you were like, no.
No. I mean, all cultures do. All cultures
litigate our blackness.
No. All cultures, any culture. You can't name a culture that doesn't litigate and discuss the authenticity of that culture amongst the people that participate.
For sure.
If you talking about skateboarders are going to talk about who the real skateboarders are and who the fake skateboarders are. Yeah. If you're talking about hip hop, it's going to be real hip hop, fake hip hop. If you're talking about American culture, you're going to talk about who is a patriot, who is not a patriot. If you're talking about Jewish culture, Asian culture, whatever, there are going to be ways that those cultures really police themselves by talking about how authentically cultural things that are inside of their purview are.
Yes.
The only reason why black culture, to me, is frowned upon when it does that is because black culture is for mass consumption. And because black culture is for mass consumption, there is a tinge of it and a twinge of it that says black people are not supposed to police it, that we are not supposed to make rules, we're not supposed to have guidelines, and we're not supposed to have those rules or guidelines even amongst each other, because the worst thing to call a black person inside of black culture is anti-black or fake black. Do you think it is appropriate for black people to litigate and discuss?
Brent, Christy, what's your thoughts, man? What do you think? Do you feel like it's appropriate?
It's probably not appropriate, but we do it anyway. We do it anyway. I know I do. So I can't. I'm not gonna front.
So you see it as not appropriate, but we do it anyway. But is it right? Is it something that we should continue to do? Does it help?
It's not gonna stop. So
No, forget that part. If you had a magic wand, do you feel like it's necessary in this world that we live in? Do you feel like it's necessary? Do you feel like it's right to do? Is there benefit?
I think at some points it is necessary. I think it is, and I think obviously the whole we are not monolith gets attached to us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the sense that it doesn't get attached to others.
Mm.
Like that phrase always is like always at the end of a sentence of when it as it pertains to blackness. Never anybody else. So yeah, I just think it's a tough one because, like I said, I do it all the time. I mainly do it, but I think it is necessary at certain points. It's very necessary, and especially because, especially as she mentioned, in terms of gatekeeping, I feel like that's necessary, and we don't do it enough. So I think it's definitely appropriate in that sense, where we just don't even bother to gatekeep where we should be. So I guess gatekeeping within ourselves, obviously I can see how it could be problematic, but then at the same time, we live amongst the Kemi Badenochs of the world. So
she's not the majority though. So does it make sense us, I don't know, adjusting and moving completely to?
No, you say she's not the majority, but she's at the head of the Conservative Party.
Yeah, but how many black people? Because I'm talking about other people now. We're talking about black people now. Look at her and say, yeah, you know what? I love Kemi. How many black people that you know love Kemi? So does it make sense us adjusting our rules, our conduct, and everything that goes into our culture and blackness because of the minority? Because you're gonna get extremes on both sides. You're gonna get the minorities, so you're gonna get the extremes on both sides. So you're gonna get minorities who are like the Kemis of the world, right? And you also gonna get the minorities who are like the super pro black, that the average black person doesn't want to be like. It's like, come on, man, that's too much. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we don't move to those, right? Surely, or do we? Or should we? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess on a more social, I guess she's it's seen as the minority, and I guess there's socially we more time than we don't know. So no, but I don't want to say we don't associate with being black, because I don't want to say that, because she 100% is. I guess yes, the blackness comes into question when she does anti-black things. So that's where it comes into play. So more, I would say yes, more of us call it out than who agree. But I think I need to flesh it out. But I think there needs to be some type of checks and balances. There does.
Okay.
Because it could be problematic.
Okay. Ben, what are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
I feel like it needs to change over time. I feel like most things in life, have to evolve. And there has to be reasons why you're doing a particular thing at a particular time, innit? Everything that we do has to be about survival. And I think there will come a time where we have to have that flexibility on what blackness is. Why do I say that? Because people don't know what it is. And because the culture, the laws have to benefit the culture, not the culture moving to the laws. It doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? So if it is that we have certain things in place that doesn't benefit us, right, that we feel is too stringent, makes everyone feel like, what the hell is the point in this? What is, like, there's no actual gain from this, right? And no one even adheres to it at all. Then it's pointless. You cease being black because nobody even values the thing that, I don't know, defines your blackness. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where we are because most people don't know what black is. That's why we have these constant conversations like about what's black British and what's black. And in the chat, I'm seeing people talking about, oh no, they're not talking about all of us. They're talking about black in America. And like when you have conversations like that, it's you know what I'm saying? Like who knows what we're even talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that needs to be sorted out. And I think this is why the legendary Achaba Adeseba, who came on the show, spoke about not black but being African, because everyone knows what an African is. You know what I'm saying? There shouldn't be any ambiguity about being an African, being this or being that when it comes to nationality, when it comes to the connection to a landmass. What happened?
One, are you part of that category?
That
when you said everybody doesn't know, not everybody knows what blackness is. Are you part of that category?
I when I say everyone doesn't know, I feel like there are people who have definitions and they're cool with that definition, but because we as a community don't seem to know, I would say I'm part of that because we can't agree. You know what I'm saying? Do I have my definition? Of course I do. Do other people do? Of course. But for the majority, I don't think that we tend to. This is why we have these constant discussions.
All right, so you're not part of the group.
No, but I am part of the community. That's why I see it in that way.
And you said that the Honorable Chibi?
Achaba.
Everybody knows what an African is. Do you know what an African is?
Of course I know.
What is an African?
An African is somebody who is either indigenous or somebody who is who comes from the lineage of the landmass that is Africa. You know what I'm saying? So you might be from the diaspora or whatever it may be, but that's what you're an African. We can trace your ancestry to the landmass that is known as Africa. You know what I'm saying?
So anybody whose ancestors were born in Africa,
who come from that, yeah.
When you say come from, what do you mean?
As in, yeah, I guess born.
All right, okay. I'm trying to be very, very simple because when is it you said that everybody knows what an African is? I'm thinking, are you sure?
Well, now that you're saying that, obviously I'm thinking to myself, obviously people will use different, there will be slightly different things in it because again, this is why I use the word indigenous. Because to me, I think you need to use the word indigenous. Some people won't have that in their definition.
But some people believe that life started in Africa.
Yeah.
So isn't everybody an African?
No.
If you said that based on the lineage, you are an African, I'm an African, and anybody else spawned from the very first man and woman would also be Africans. That's based on your definition.
Yeah, but that's going back.
Am I incorrect in saying that that's what you said?
Yeah, because Africa didn't exist at that time, innit?
Okay, so it's when it was formed. When was it formed?
I mean, people have different definitions of that, innit? I don't know. I can tell you.
So it's not a clean black and white.
No, but
thing of everybody knows what an African is.
No, but I think it will be just acknowledging that ultimately you can look at people, you can trace DNA, you can look at people phenotypically to some degree, especially back in the day. Anyway, when I say back in the day, maybe hundreds, thousands of years ago, and know that somebody's from a particular place. I'm talking about those people who are indigenous. Nobody looks at no disrespect, the Australian Prime Minister, for example, and says, yeah, he's indigenous to Australia. No. We look at Aborigines and say, indigenous. We know they're from there. You look at me, look at you, we look at you and say, indigenous. We know you're from there.
So what about them?
We look at Elon Musk and them man there and say, not indigenous. We know when you came.
Okay, but so what about the Moroccans, the Egyptians?
They're not indigenous.
The Tunisians,
yeah.
Are they not African?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you. That's why I talk about indigenous. You know what I'm saying? But
so you don't class them as African?
No. It depends on the context. So ultimately, when we're talking about, I guess, maybe our fight for liberation, things like nature, I will say yes, right? Because it's part of Africa, right? Some of our greatest Pan-African leaders formed alliances with these same people because they've been there for hundreds of years, right? But many of them also don't associate themselves with the black population of Africa, who are the most indigenous. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we have the divide. And also, you have to bear in mind that many people in the north, there's mixes. There's some tribes who've been there for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? Who have now mixed with Arabs and become Arabized, and so it's hard to differentiate. So I think it's down to the individual to let you know and tell them, and make their stance clear on what they are, innit? But ultimately, people know who's indigenous to certain lands. You know what I'm saying? Zyme says, what's your feeling in terms of Afro-American and Afro-Caribbean? What's your feeling in the terms Afro? I mean, I understand. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily. Maybe it's just a term to obviously make the distinction clear that descendants wise, lineage traces back all the way. You know what I'm saying? Goes back to Africa. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? You have to have certain demarcations for certain things. So you understand, innit? We all use labels in this world, innit? But I think being a Pan-Africanist, which is a political thing, it's a political stance and position. You're now saying, regardless of all those things, we're part of Africa. You know what I'm saying? But not everyone adheres to that. So you still have to operate outside of that context and say, okay, cool. Anyone who just belongs to that landmass. Because again, similar to what Van is saying, even within that framework of being a Pan-Africanist, there are people that will say, you're not a true Pan-Africanist. You're not this. You know what I'm saying? Because there's rules to that political movement. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I feel like there has to be some room for it because we don't know necessarily. And I feel like sometimes you're leaving people out who need to find out who they are, because that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? There are many black people who are full black. You know what I'm saying? Full black, but don't operate in the same way that might fall into the so-called traditional lines of what black is. How the hell do you exclude them? They have every right, just like you. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, but I understand why he has that position. I guess the question is, do you feel like other races do the same thing? Do you feel like white people say, man, you're not white. You're not a real white person.
Is this a conversation of race or is this a conversation of culture? Because I think the video is being taken out of context.
Okay, talk to us.
I think this is one of those conversations where we have to acknowledge that they're not talking about black as a race, but black as in like African American and their culture. I think what I'm struggling with is the litigation word. Like, I don't understand. Like that choice of wording is it's a mind block for me. Like, I'm not understanding what they meant by litigate. Like, protect the culture. But like, I get the gatekeeping conversation that he was trying to make, and I understand what he was saying about black culture being for mass consumption or being positioned for mass consumption. Maybe not so much, not intentionally all the time, but black culture tends to be popular culture or inspires popular culture often. So people think that gives them leeway to infiltrate unchecked. But I don't think this is a conversation that, at least in the context they were talking about, that is, I don't want to say open to the diaspora, but like, I don't think the diaspora is what they were referring to, because based on how I'm understanding litigate, which I could be completely wrong, how would you even litigate that given all of the different cultural differences that exist within the diaspora? Like, it's too wide to make that claim so general, or make that question, pose that question so generally.
What do you take from the word litigate in this context?
I don't want to use the word police, but like, because it's not what it's not quite police. It's like
you're contesting someone's claim.
It's hard to describe. Like,
you're basically saying, okay, cool, you come here and you've claimed I am this. We're now contesting it. Do you feel like it's right to say, you said you're this, okay, do you now meet these things? Because this is what will define your claim right now. That's what I'm taking as litigate in this context. Is it right to contest someone's claim of blackness?
I don't, because I thought this in the video, but Christy said it. Black people are not a monolith. Like, and we've accepted that as a fact, right? Like, different Black people who grew up in different areas, experience different cultures, are a derivative of different cultures, whether it's African American from different regions or combined with different cultures and countries altogether, are going to experience being Black differently. But in the same breath, there are commonalities. Is that even a word? Like, commonalities in that experience. And I feel like that's probably what he's referring to in terms of, like, not putting a line, but like defining what it means to be black, but I don't think that that's as easy of a definition to coin.
I feel like there's definitely some mismatch going on because it can't just be black culture. It can't just be that. Surely, at
What do you
least
mean?
like it can't just be okay. Someone's blackness, litigate someone's blackness because and relate that just to culture because why even have that discussion if it is that some people who are not black see themselves and participate in black culture? You know what I'm saying? Why even have that discussion? Huh?
Won't repeat the last thing you just said.
I'm saying like there are people who are not black, right, who participate and some people say contribute to black culture. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think it would be a discussion to say should we
Contribute is crazy.
just lack of a better word, right? But they participate in it, right? And so you wouldn't necessarily. I don't think he would waste time saying should we litigate blackness if we know that some people are not part of black culture but still contribute to black culture. I think it's black culture, but culture is tied to race. You know what I'm saying? Because a race has to live out things, and the living out is the culture. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be that harmonizing of the two.
I agree with that. I think there's like a saying how, to your point about there are people who participate in black culture because again, mass consumption, that aren't of the culture, and to the point of there's a saying where it's like people want black people's rhythm but not our blues. Like you can't like that acknowledges your point about race. Like there's you might participate in it, but you not being of it disqualifies you. You know what I mean? Like the experience is just not there, and I think that's what they mean by litigate. Somebody in the chat said litigate is more like validate versus invalidate. Okay, like that might be a way to describe what they mean by litigate, but I don't know how I feel about who's to judge or validate.
This is it.
Like
this is what
somebody's experience in blackness.
This is what I think the woman's talking about.
There was a part, the end of the video.
Someone mentioned Rachel Dozier.
The end of the video, and I sorry.
SC mentioned Rachel Dozier is litigating her.
Who's that?
Not Rachel Dolezal. Remember Rachel Dolezal?
Your alumni, Stacey.
No, who's?
You know the woman that was
that
part,
girl child.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, out of my. Yeah, it was fake black. Yeah. Child.
So in terms of litigating that, there wasn't no litigation there.
Who? She wasn't black. I don't know how else to put it.
Okay.
She
definitely participated though.
Yeah. Wasn't she the deputy or
yeah,
head
but
of one of the chapters?
The race factor wasn't there. That was cosplay.
That was what?
That was cosplay.
But
cosplay to me.
But she had a key.
And weird, like.
But she had a key. She had a key. She had access to blackness. You know what I'm saying? She represented, as one of the highest positions of one of the chapters of the NAACP. You know what I'm saying? So.
That don't mean nothing.
It means something. It definitely does. Especially when you look at the legacy of the NAACP.
No, just because you are affiliated with organizations that are pro-black does not make you. It might make you a contributor to. I don't even want to use the word contributor but like, just because you are part of organizations that benefit black people does not make you of the culture.
No, but you remember she was part of that organization as a black woman. She wasn't part of that organization as a white woman contributor.
When she was cosplaying a black woman.
Yeah. But people saw her as a black woman. Do you know what I'm saying? So to use Van's...
Because she misled them.
But that's what I'm saying to you. I can't mislead nobody on this planet that I'm a white man. Impossible. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no reverse vitiligo. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. But she can. And I think this is why he's speaking about, well, one of the reasons why one would even come up with the idea that should we even litigate blackness? Because there are people that can come and be amongst us who are not of us. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be things in place.
But the case that, But the case that I think that they both agreed on, and it was the end of the video that I needed to re-listen to because there was a very good point made in there that I just couldn't. My mind wasn't computing all the way on first listen. But I don't think there's an argument there when it comes to like, quote unquote, litigating blackness when obviously you're not black.
No, but you're saying it's obvious
Like,
now because you know
girl,
now. Nobody knew she was part of the
she
NAACP.
misled people.
That's what I'm saying to you. But can you mislead
She
somebody?
misled people.
Can you, Stacey, mislead someone that you're anything other than black and African? No, you can't.
No.
Exactly. So, and the reason why is because other races, other groups of people have certain things in place that make them know who is part of them to some degree. And all them degrees exclude you from it. Our one, our door is very open. And this is the reason why she could come amongst us for years, lead a chapter of the NAACP.
But that,
right? And as a black woman. You see what I'm saying? So there's obviously leaks. There's obviously leaks.
I think,
and that's what we're talking about. There's leaks
I think
somewhere.
there's two different things.
Okay.
I think two different things are being conflated. I think that race part to me is like the big factor. Like, part of race is essentially phenotypical, right? Like, we can't debate phenotypical. Okay, she passed as a light-skinned black woman when she was cosplaying, but ultimately she's not black. Like, there's no debating that. Like,
do you get what I'm saying?
As soon as that becomes acknowledged, everything else is cosplay to me, which completely eradicates her from the conversation. Like, that to me is what makes the litigate word valid, because if you are not black, you are not black.
Exactly. But what Van is saying is that. Sorry, go on.
I think the part of the video that I really wanted to discuss, or was worthy of discussion to me, not to say that what we're talking about is not worthy of discussion, but to me that there was the more like it stuck out to me more was the anti-black part. They said something about how like litigating blackness, or one of the biggest things that it like within the black community that
when you litigate
like
it, it's now
that they're anti-black,
it now becomes the anti-black. You're
yes,
anti-black.
And I think that's the part that I want to discuss a little bit more, because what I think that when we start saying that we should litigate blackness, that is when we open the door to this anti-black thing, and it becomes Pandora's box to me, because we now have to call into question, what does it mean to be anti-black? Because I think that word gets conflated very often, and maybe I'm not in the position not in the best position, because I also don't think that I'm not of the mindset, because I am not a descendant of slaves, that I am not eligible to discuss some of these topics, though I do have to respect it, because I think that black as a culture, when specifically talking about African Americans, is its own, and it is valid, and I have to acknowledge that I am not I don't come from that, right? Like, that's their culture. That there are things that I'm not going to understand, the same way with me being African. There are things from my culture that they're not going to understand, though we share the experience of being black in the diaspora. I think that anti-black word, to me, is worthy of investigation, because I think that it requires a level of education that not everybody has in its true form. But also, like, there are some people who masquerade this anti-black word because they just disagree with certain things.
100%.
And it's like, that's not the point. And then it becomes like, then we have to litigate, but then litigate on what grounds? Like, it's just, that to me starts the merry-go-round of things to call into question.
I think to some degree we're overcomplicating it. Do you feel like there are certain things that make somebody black? And if there are certain things that, no, okay, cool. So anyone can be black?
No.
Okay, so there are certain things.
We're talking about black. When I'm answering the question, no, I'm answering the question in terms of like race, not as like a culture. Like, let me explain how I'm separating them in my mind.
Okay.
it could be I could be painted a hypocrite that I'm saying no, because I also am one of those people who, and we all do it, like when you have that one person who's like, we call like valley people, at least in LA, like, girl, the only thing black about you is your skin. Like, you grew up in a non-black area, completely separate from black culture, don't really like the things that are normal for us to experience, do, act, say, like, are just foreign to you because of how you were raised. So culturally, they get that invalidated, like, they get invalidated often because they didn't experience blackness on a day-to-day beyond, the quote unquote the blues of their race, because how they present phenotypically. But are they black? Yes. Like, I don't think that's something that is debatable.
Okay, so
does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're saying they're part of the black race, but not part of black culture. Is that what you're saying?
No,
in that
not
example.
quite, because because I can't, I cannot, I'm not in a position to invalidate. I don't think it should be invalidated that their experience is not that of black culture. They could just have, they could be experiencing black culture from the lens of, there is black culture to be experienced in the lens of not necessarily growing up in an area that is predominantly black,
Okay.
or with a predominantly black community around you. That isn't the norm, but that doesn't mean that it's not black. It is still part of the black experience.
Exactly. So they are black phenotypically, so that we know that they're part of the black race. And also culturally, just because it's not part of the norm, you're also saying they are also experiencing blackness too, right? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying. So you're basically saying across the board they're black, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
I didn't say that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
to you.
why I said no to my first.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say to you is there's certain things though that's making you say, okay, cool, they are black because of this. But that's, you might not be able to quantify and say, yeah, this is what it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? But there's certain things that's happening there where you're saying this person meets particular criteria and they are black. This is the reason why I can look at somebody else and exclude them from black or blackness. You see what I'm saying? And I'm basically saying, if that's the case and we have those things, whether we are fully cognizant of it or not, right? It exists, and that means to some degree we all litigate blackness. We all contest someone's claim. If somebody comes before us and says, yo, I'm black or I'm not black. You see what I'm saying? And if that is the case...
I can accept that.
Okay, so if that is the case, is that a good thing? Does it benefit us?
I don't know if I think about it in the context of benefiting.
Okay.
Based on what you just said, I think we do it maybe subconsciously, because I think you're saying it like a clear checklist type thing. I think we do it subconsciously, but we don't do it in a way that benefits us. It's more to verify someone is like eligible to engage in maybe certain discussions or certain things that we do. Like, think about how we talk about the N-word. Like, we subconsciously do that check when we're trying to verify whether someone can use it. Like, that's a common example of how we would quote unquote litigate someone's blackness, so to speak, right? Like, that checklist would then exist, to verify or to litigate whether someone is black or black enough to use the term. So yeah, but like, I don't see that as like a beneficiary like thing. It's more of like okay, they can engage because they are black. Like, I don't see it as a beneficiary thing.
In that particular example, definitely not, right? But what about in the example of, okay, cool, we now need to protect this thing that is ours, because like Van is saying, it seems as though black culture or blackness is, at least for many people, is just for mass consumption. You know what I'm saying? If that is the case, if that is the case, should we start being mindful of these checks and balances? You know what I'm saying? Of the criteria, so that we can actually exercise them on a day-to-day.
This is the point. This is the point where I think the distinction of what they're talking about is important, because there's an irony that you're asking that question as someone who is not black in the context that they're talking about. I think when they're talking about protecting their culture, they're talking about the Black culture that is being put for mass consumption. And it's not referring to the diaspora conversation. It's referring to specifically the African American culture, discussion. That I understand that lens that they're talking about in a way that I don't know that you guys understand. And that's not to criticize you. I just think we've had multiple conversations about adjacent topics that is making me come to that conclusion. Most notably the one about the whole soul food thing. Don't want to resurrect it, but it's a case in point. Like, they have to put in extra work to protect their culture because their culture, again, is mass consumed but often illegitimized, especially from that of the diaspora. So that I can understand when it comes to litigate, I get it, but then this is not a contest, it's more of a question. I don't know what that looks like when there's Black the culture and Black the diaspora, and they often commingle.
Yep.
That's my point of contention. Does that answer your question? I hope I'm not veering too far off. That to me, like when you're asking the question to me, it's ironic because it's like the fact that we're calling that into question is the whole point and why that has to be litigated, because it's almost like you wouldn't say the same for, like, say, Kenyan culture or Nigerian culture, because it's very clear, like, that is a culture, or that it is widely respected as its own individual culture and not often put into question, regardless of whether it is mass consumed or not.
Yeah, but 100% I agree, but there's also certain nuance to that, because there are people who, for example, who are not Black, who have moved to Africa, for example, immersed themselves, been there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, speak the language, married into families, all that sort of stuff, that have been welcomed in, you know what I'm saying? And for some, for lack of a better word, have voting power. Do you know what I'm saying? So if they were...
What power?
Voting power. For lack of just lack of a better term, right? Okay. They can they contribute to the culture because they've been there, they live there. Like, everything they do is part of the culture. They've married in, they've got kids who are now part of the culture, all that sort of stuff, right? In situations like that, you also have the potential for things, for people to kind of change things from the norm. And this change has come because an external person has come in. Do you get what I'm saying? This also speaks to the absence of particular litigation. So it's not. I use that as an example. I use that as an example. I use that as an example just to basically say that it doesn't matter where you are. I think without having certain things where people can define something, somebody will come in. So the discussion, yes, is probably being framed around African Americans, but the same principles apply
you
to
can still
Black.
Extrapolate it.
Yeah, the same principles apply all across the board. All across the board. You know what I mean? This is not just unique to them.
I can understand that, but I think see, that's the problem. Like, there is it's hard to say politely, so don't take it like negatively. But like, even in doing that, that's invalidating their culture as it exists on its own. Like, yes, there are similarities, and yes, there are things that are that can be extrapolated, to quote the term that you're using, but that does not take away from the individual cultural identity that is strictly that you are not a part of, that you still actively mass consume, even though you are part of the larger diaspora. And that, to me, is where I feel like this litigate conversation is more prevalent, if that makes sense.
I hear you.
Like, I don't know that you or even I are able to. And I think this conversation, and I said this before in another conversation we had, I don't even think it was a soul food conversation. I'm curious to see how the conversation will develop. I won't be alive to see it, but I wonder about it when, like, somebody in the chat said, and this is the thing that has a big part of Black culture. Like, Black people, African Americans specifically, are many generations removed, like several, like tens generations removed from their African roots, right? Yep. Like, the culture that they can trace is in America. Obviously, we know the circumstances as to how they got there, but that's all they got, right? what happens when all of us who've migrated to these different places, whether it be Europe, whether it be Asia, whether it be America, but let's say Europe and America as like the two examples, right?
Yeah.
When the same thing happens to like my lineage, like I wonder how the conversation will develop. It's not similar, but I am curious to know, like, what are we calling that? Because they can trace, like, I'm first generation, right? They can trace their roots back to Kenya, but their experience is not going to be that of, say, myself, who was first generation. Like, I wonder how that conversation will develop in terms of like the Black diaspora and like them being Black or African American, or like, because they can't. There's going to be a point where that, like, they might be able to pinpoint it, but like experience wise, it's just not. It's not that. That doesn't. I don't say that to conflate or invalidate or like call into question like the validity of this whole litigate conversation as it exists for Black Americans, like African Americans. It's just something I'm curious about. Like, how would that conversation develop?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's hard to kind of gauge in it because obviously such a thing is a bit different, and it will depend on how many people are there. Because how do you have a culture just by yourself, innit? But I think the reason why I don't want to take
how many people what?
How many people are there, innit? Like, because you need to have a culture with people, right? With community. But the reason why I don't make this a uniquely American thing is because look at the video. I think you missed it, right? But the video that we played in the intro, where the black man was talking about Emma GREDE and Stephen Bartlett, right? That's part of Black British culture, right? And the same conversation could be had. The same, right? The exact same thing that Van and the other woman is talking about could be had about Black British culture. How do we litigate blackness in Britain? You know what I'm saying? Because we have the same.
What does that even mean, though? I saw that video, but what is I came in halfway through the video.
Yeah.
But like, what does that mean? Like, how do you litigate? Because not to say what is Black British culture. I understand what that is, but it's a melting pot of cultures. So like, what does that mean? Because I think once you get into litigation in terms of like, and this observation, so check me if I'm wrong, right? Totally not meaning to offend, invalidate, whatever. Once you get into litigation territory, people start going into their own ethnicities.
Yeah.
There's the shared Black experience or things Black people do, like that across the board in terms of like Black British people, in the UK. But like, once you start getting into the validation conversation, it quickly goes into Nigerian, Jamaican, Kenyan, whatever, Ghanaian, whatever. Like, the ethnicity part leaps. Like, it's not like a Black thing. So what does that even mean?
What does what exactly mean? What, Black British culture? Or what, litigating Black British culture?
What does it mean? What is that?
It will basically be what the guy said. Would look like. It will basically look like what the guy was saying. Where, from his perspective, they are not part of Black British culture, or at least they are not good representatives of what it means to be a Black woman or a Black man. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, see, and that's where I disagree, and I think that's interesting how that parallels to what I said about GREDE, because we need to stop conflating conversations of privilege with questioning whether someone is Black. They are Black. They're just experiencing Black. They're just Black with a lens of privilege that not everybody has across the board racially.
This is why we have these conversations.
And this is why this is why the litigation comes in, because you're saying, because I don't think he was actually talking about Black British culture, to be fair. He was talking about being Black and what they are, what they project in the corporate world. I guess they can't really speak for us Black people.
Yeah.
So I don't see how that would be different. We can still talk about that, but I don't think it was more nuanced to say Black British.
What was the last part of what you said?
I said it's not nuanced to like Black British culture. They were that video, the first video, he was saying in how they don't represent like the Black experience or the Black woman experience in corporate, or Stephen Bartlett on the Black male experience in and in the way they talk and their come up, basically. That's what the video was more saying. He wasn't talking about being Black British. He didn't mention anything about Black British at all. It was more so again to do with the race. It wasn't about the culture.
Yeah, but to me, I think that, again, like regardless of whether we put the British tag onto it, like their stories to me is a conversation of, and maybe I don't know Stephen Bartlett's story as much as I should, but I'm going to use the Emma Grede topic. Like those are conversations of privilege, not of like race. The race aspect makes their stories more of an anomaly. Like I don't want to make it seem like, and I think it's easy to do this unintentionally, that you can say that they're not black or call their blackness into question because they experience a level of privilege. Black people can be privileged. Like, let's not eradicate ourselves from that conversation unintentionally. Like, we experience privileges. What privileges you experience can come from a myriad of different factors, but those to me are not conversations of whether they are black.
Okay, could I ask you a quick question?
Are there certain privileges that? Yeah.
Sorry to cut you. You're saying they're black, they have privilege, and that doesn't, exclude them from the conversation of being black. If Stephen Bartlett said to you, "I'm not black," what would you say to him? If Emma
LOL.
Grede, if Emma Grede said, "No, I'm not black," what would you say?
I would say LOL.
Because you think he's lying, or you think they're stupid? You feel like what is it? Like, why would you LOL?
Because be so real. I would LOL because it's like, all right, girl, I love that you think that, but it's gonna come a day and time where you're gonna be reminded, still nigga. It's like you just haven't been checked yet. Your privilege has allowed you to not necessarily be faced with that yet. Or maybe you just got lucky enough to maybe not experience that yet. But it's gonna come a day. Like,
but do you feel like you're saying that from your lens as somebody born and raised in America?
What do you mean?
So do you feel like your response to them is you because I feel I don't want to put words in Christy's mouth, but I feel like if Christy heard one of them say that, she'd be like, okay, I hear it, and I'm not surprised. But you're saying no, you are. You'll find out.
Racism is worldwide. Racism is worldwide.
No, but you can't just say racism is worldwide, but then say certain conversations can't be had about America. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all it's a mismatch of everything. That's how I'm seeing it. Like, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I feel like you have obviously a perspective that's based in America. Obviously, you're not African American in the normal definition of it, right? But you've been there, you're born and raised there, right? So you have a different perspective, and I feel like you're using that same perspective to view this particular conversation, especially that part with Emma Grede and Stephen Bartlett. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying you are black because of your perception that mixed race people are black regardless, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But if the mixed race person is saying to you, I'm not black because I have a white parent too, and I'm just aligned with that side.
Well, I'm not black, I'm biracial. LOL. That's my response.
That's what I'm, but your response because you're from America.
I think that is such nonsense, but I allow it because I don't have that experience. I think when biracial people pull that I'm not black, I'm biracial, child, okay, like that's black. To me, what y'all call it? There's like I think we talked about it. It's like a thing with the whole one drop rule. I don't know if that was like such a debatable thing. To me, it's not. When people say I'm not black, I'm biracial. I don't think so. To me, I think when they say I'm not black, I'm biracial, it's like that whole I'm not black, I'm Dominican conversation. Like, why are you making such a vast effort to separate yourself, but you're calling it acknowledging your other identity? Okay, I can, there's acknowledging, and I can see when someone's doing that, but I can also tell when someone's trying to separate themselves from the sole identity of being black. When it's like, okay, you're biracial, fine, but like, how convenient when you bring up the biracial aspect or the timing in which you do it. It to me gives like either you're trying to place yourself in a position of privilege or you're trying to separate yourself. It's just weird to me. Like it never really stops at just acknowledging your other racial identity. I don't know. To me, the odds it's not as common. There was a conversation that circulated TikTok not too long ago, like in the last month I saw it, where it was a girl and she was like, I am biracial, but I'm white passing biracial. Like you would have to be a black person to know that I am in fact mixed with any part white, because she really is. Like she from forward facing, she looks like a white woman, but point blank. But if you know ball, you know that she's mixed with a little something. Like those people have a different experience in which mention like the biracial thing is a drastic part of their experience, because though they are Black, they don't experience, again, a lot of the racial things that Black people experience because of how they present.
Okay.
Whereas I find people who die on the hill of this biracial card are very obviously Black, very obviously mixed, and that's not saying you shouldn't say it. Like it's just a weird in the way that they do it.
We have a question from the chat. They said, can you ask her if she thinks Drake's son is Black?
Yes.
He's Black.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
This is.
I think
this is why we must listen.
I can respect the take that Drake, his father is quote unquote biracial and his mom is white, so he is like I can understand where people would call that into question.
But you wouldn't. But you wouldn't call it into question. You see him as a Black man, a young Black boy. No. He will be a Black man. Drake's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is why the conversation about litigating Blackness needs to be had, because everyone has different opinions, and if it is that we have different opinions, what is this? What is this thing? Do you know what I'm saying? So,
would you classify him as a white man?
He's not.
I'm confused as to why that was funny. Like,
no, Stacey, can I say the fact that you would class him as Black, and he looks like he looked similar to Rachel Dolezal, and there's a clear but she, I guess yes, she's not ethically Black or whatever, but they looked similar, and you would still class them as Black.
That's the point. Like,
but in that example, Rachel was able to cosplay, as you said. No.
Yeah, she was cosplaying.
Exactly, she was able to because of what? Because you view them in the same vein. As in the same, they look similar. So that's why she was able to cosplay, right?
To me, they're not related.
Okay.
Like, and maybe that is the part where me being born and raised in America, like, kind of like is where like the difference in mindset is coming from. Like, to you, you're quote unquote validating whether or not he's Black. Put that boy in front of a white man. And you think they're gonna say he's white? Be fucking for real. Like,
you don't think so?
Like, and that's what that no.
The problem I have with that comment,
they're gonna know that there's there's some spice in there.
You know,
like,
the problem I have with
if he shows up with his white mum to a function in a room full of white people, they'll automatically assume he's part of them. Let's be clear. Forget if he showed up with Drake. If he showed up to a function with his white mother,
I know.
And in a room full of his mother's counterparts, they would not question anything.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe I just because I know who he is. It's hard for me to see past that lens.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't think so.
Okay. But this is why
I don't.
But this is why also
but
you would
even outside of that, now I'm curious, because like, how should that? This is where I guess people who are biracial get the confusion piece. Like, how should they grow up thinking, oh, because my dad is half Black and my mom is white, I'm white by percentage. Like, I should completely disregard the fact that, like, and also you have to think, like, when we quote unquote be calling his Blackness into question if he didn't grow up with the wealth that he grows up with, given that he's Drake's son. Like, if he was a regular, like, born in LA, South Central, under those same parents, like, in Black culture, like, will we acknowledge more his Black side because of how he grew up? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't think he's too far. He's that removed from the Black part of his lineage for me to automatically say, "Yep, white."
Sorry, can I just interject just on the last part? I'm with most of what you've said up to this point, but I just have to but up to pretty much we get to Adonis. We're sort of teeing off a bit, but you know, I sit there and go, you just spoke about how how people who are white presenting should be able to lean on their biracial, on their biracial con. You know what I mean? In terms, I'm their biracial background. So why wouldn't you then not class Adonis as biracial if you're saying that white presenting people who are mixed need to be?
I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm saying that I can see the argument people who are white presenting biracial make when they have to say, "Oh, I'm biracial," like to make it clear that there's black in there. But it's almost like y'all are saying that like that boy is not black at all. Like he is though, undoubtedly.
He's mixed,
So
yeah, he's mixed with black.
I don't understand.
But to call him black is like to lead with black. To me, is what's the word? Would be to me, obviously from our perspective in the UK, to lead with black there just seems off because you are very clearly white presenting. There's white presenting, mixed kids here who are very famous as well. Who you'd sit there and go, we'd all sit there and go, for them to lean and lead with "I'm black" would feel like wrong because you very clearly present as white. You can lead with the fact that I'm white, but I'm sorry, I'm mixed race and I have this, that, and the other heritage. But to lead with "I'm black" when you're very clearly white presenting is like something that's very foreign here. Like I remember.
No, hold on. I just want to jump in with that really quickly because this is really. I'm trying to. Oh, you're going with the presenting like the phenotypical sort of example of this, right? But
who's this? Good morning, man.
Are you saying that? Sorry, this is MTK. Sorry, guys. Are you saying that? What, you mean very clearly white presenting in what the fact that he's really light? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, phenotypically he's very white presenting, similar to that Cole Palmer.
Lots of people
Cole Palmer's white presenting,
including in America, that are just as light, maybe even lighter than him, that are completely black. Like all grandparents are black people.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying there's none who are there, but we're very clearly going. He's a white presenting, and we know he's biracial. We know he's mixed race. Well, like I'm not talking about like you happen to be somebody who has the issue that not issues, but that pigment that your pigments are just you just picked up certain pigmentation that makes you phenotypically look a lot more lighter than all your family members are. But we're talking about very clearly you have a white mom, you have a mixed race dad, and that mixture has clearly made you white is part of the reason why you're very much white presenting, and therefore go, okay, what? So I'm not saying they're saying he should not acknowledge his blackness in any way, shape, or form. Just saying lead him with, oh, I'm black, feels like, well, hold on, like when it's very clearly you are, a mixed, predominantly white mix as well. To then go, I'm leading with black is a very American way of looking at things. Like I don't think UK we look at that the same way. Like I was bringing up Cole Palmer as the footballer. Like for Cole Palmer to look up to speak and go to start with I'm black would feel like, well no, like you're very much mixed race. There's black heritage there. We're not denying your black heritage. We're not denying your Caribbean heritage. But to lead with I'm black when you're very clearly white presenting and your predominant mixture is white at that as well is something to be like. I think personally, like I can't speak for everybody, but personally, and I think for a lot of people, would be something that people like push back on because it's like, you know what I mean, in that regard. But obviously, yes, we know there are black people who are just happen to their pigmentation just comes out a certain way. They look a lot lighter than their family members. I understand that side of things. So for them, it's a slightly different scenario in that situation.
You can make obviously we know Adonis, like he's a public figure at this point, like so we know his parents, we know who his parents are, we know their ethnicities and stuff like that. But like if Adonis was just on road and he was just another guy, I'd take issue with like he's clearly white presenting. Like that's the part that I'm kind of like stuck on, because like you could take two Adonises, quote unquote, and like I said, like one would be whatever 3/4 white, the other would be fully black. So to me that blows out the whole clearly white presenting part of it. And I think like I guess that's.
But I'm saying specifically that person knows. But I'm not saying that you assuming that you can assume, like you looking at two people and not knowing what they look like and then just assuming that they're whatever they are. That's different than what I'm saying, where Adonis clearly knows who he is. A Cole Palmer knows who they are. They know, hey, I'm a mixed race child, predominantly white mix. To then introduce them to them, like present themselves as I am black. To me would be something that I go, that's where there's a situation. I'm not saying that you looking at two Adonises and going, and just assuming that they're white or just assuming they're mixed race is, or assuming they're black is, that's your prerogative. But I'm saying I'm saying for them to present to push themselves as I am black first would be, to me, like, that's why I said, that's a pushback, just because naturally if I see somebody who's white presenting, I would push back to be like, hold on, you're saying you're black, like not even mixed race, you're pushing stress that you're black. That'd be pushback there, because I'm just like, hold on, because obviously I don't know what your situation's going on back there. All I can go with what I see, and if you look like a white person to me, and then you come and say I'm black, I'm gonna sit there and go, Rachel Dollars, what's going on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I mean?
Like, this is where we get into the litigating blackness along the lines of race. Like, this is exactly where we are right now. So then I would ask you then, like, for a mixed race person, would you challenge them on if they said they were black? Sorry, when I say mixed race, I mean someone who's half black, half white. That's what I mean to say. Someone who's half black, half white, and they said, oh, I'm black. You don't know them from Adam, but they say I'm black. Would you challenge that?
Again, if you're presenting a certain way, but I sit there, but I go, but once you explain to me that, yeah, oh, I'm mixed, like if you look, like if you look quote unquote white, and then you said, oh, I'm black, and then you went, oh no, my dad's black and my mum's white. I'd be, oh, okay, fair enough, that makes sense. It's just obviously just the way you come up is that way. But yeah, but in terms of, naturally my pushback would still be there just because you present as white. So obviously if you say, but I'd sit there and go,
Brent.
yeah, sorry, go on.
No, don't say sorry. It's crazy how you're fully
sorry, I didn't mean to
talking.
cut you.
You're fully talking, and she's just deciding that she
My
needs
dad
to
is
talk
black,
to me.
my mom is-
It's crazy, Stacey. Crazy.
No.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
I was
That's all
trying
right.
to find
We're
a
now
cut when
we
he was
disrupted it. Now I'm
talking.
going to basically do exactly what it is that you want me to do, which is play this video.
White. I do
Oh,
not
thank you.
identify as a
Sorry.
black woman.
That-
Also do not
for
identify
context, that's
as
the
a
You
video I was
can't
talking
talk over
about.
the video now.
Yeah, we can't help, man.
My dad is black, my mom is white. I do not identify as a black woman. Also do not identify as a white woman. Actually identify as what I am, which is biracial. You ask some, being mixed doesn't even exist. Choosing to not identify as a black woman has nothing to do with not acknowledging who I am, and so much more to do with just my personal choice. There have been numerous times in my life where people just think I am a white girl. There is very few times where people have thought I was a black girl just by the way that I present. Again, I consider myself a mixed girl because that's what I am. I personally do not feel comfortable if you were to say to me, what are you? Because people do ask that question. I wouldn't feel right saying I'm black. This is not to be controversial, and I don't owe anyone an explanation, but I think this is a topic that could be talked about because a lot of people think that I'm white. I have not dealt with half of the BS that black women go through. I could straighten my hair, dye it blonde, and go on about my life and not have to deal with a lot of things that I know black women deal with. Not to say biracial people don't deal with our own shit, because that's literally why I started posting and talking about this stuff. But it's different. Gotta wash my face. I almost feel like a fraud to say I am a black woman when, I don't know if this makes sense. It's never felt right to me, and it has nothing to do with not wanting to acknowledge my blackness. Sounds silly to say, but that's just my truth. It's the same way, there's many reasons, but I don't say the N-word. Never have, never will. It doesn't feel comfortable to me, and I don't say it. It's just never been a part of my vocabulary. So I'm curious if you are also mixed, biracial, black and white, or really anything. What do you identify as? And I always struggled with this, taking standardized tests and things like that, because it would always say black, white, and there was very rarely an opportunity for 2 or more races. This is not for pity, this is just for opening conversations, because I think it's a cool and important conversation to have, because I feel like not enough people talk about stuff like this. So my dad is black, my mom is white. I do not identify
I
as
would love to see her dad though, because a lot of people say, oh, my dad is black or my mom is black, but they have a different definition of black. Because by Stacey's definition, Drake's son could be her dad, and we'll all be sitting. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we have to know what black is before we have conversations.
Maybe you should gauge from her intellect.
What do you mean?
Whatever you glean from here,
Yeah.
she seems a bit like clued in.
No.
I doubt that it's that example.
No, but it could be mixed. It could be easily mixed.
But she's saying she is mixed.
I understand.
Just deduce it from this.
No. It's
or you've
hard
decided
for
to
me
basically create a different
hard,
scenario.
It's hard for me to say.
Just to basically just spit on Stacey.
No,
You can spit on Stacey without doing that.
Not at all. It's me. Remember, this is America. This is America. So I feel like I'm very valid and legit in being able to ask, what does her dad look like? You see what I'm saying?
But
Because
she's acknowledged she's biracial.
Yeah.
Then why couldn't she acknowledge her own dad is biracial? If
because her dad might not be half black and half white. He might have some other stuff, but in America still be considered a black man.
No, but I think she would have made a distinction. The fact that she makes a distinction for herself, I
Yeah.
think she would have made a distinction about her dad.
No, but her dad might not have a white mum like she does. She's biracial, half this. It's clear she has a
biracial
full
of
white.
any kind in the video. She also brought at the end, like she said, if you're biracial of any kind, like so again, she clearly acknowledges biracial is just a mix of two different races. She's not saying it has to be black and white.
All right, cool. I would love to go through her TikTok and see if she puts her dad there. I would love to see it. But anyway, this is what people say. At the end of the day,
Why does it matter though?
Why does it
Sorry,
matter? Why does it matter?
Yeah, like why would that matter?
Because I feel like it's important.
What's the relevance?
Because I feel like it's important to know people's definition of black and people's definition of white before they start making conclusions that we're all meant to be like, okay, yeah, I hear you, this, that, and the third. Because again, this is why I mentioned the whole thing about Drake's son.
But that's
Wait.
Wait. Like,
yeah, and I understand why it's essential because of conversations like this. You see what I'm saying? Because you would not a shot at you, but you would say to me, Drake's son is black, and so if he marries another white woman and has another child, his son is black. Again, I'm not trying to say this person is not black and this, that, and the third, but I want us to be not disingenuous, innit? If we had a black conversation here, we said only black people are invited, yeah? Come with your parents, just come and sit down, everyone come through. And again, I'm not saying this as disrespect, but these people stepped in the room, yeah? I promise you I'm not being disrespectful, but these people stepped in the room. I think everyone will look at each other. Everyone will look at each other. Or are we lying? Or we just be like, oh yeah, great, have a seat. Is that what we're gonna do?
I really
It's not lie.
If you sorry, put up I want put up a picture of Adonis,
Yeah.
Cole Palmer, and Jack Grealish. Let's see.
They ain't gonna be one picture. No, I get you.
Put all them 3 pictures up.
I think that this girl's also an example of what I mean by like white people might not be able to identify that she's black, but all the black people in the room would know that she's black.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not y'all, but
all the black people in the room would know that
like
she's black.
Like,
all black people would know she's black. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yes.
That's insane.
I know a lot of black people like this.
She just said she's not that people. All people don't usually. She rarely gets called black. Like she's rarely been deemed as black. She said that herself. And obviously she's in America.
Exactly.
So I assume she's
But she said that the people who are able to identify that she is biracial tend to be black people. I'm somebody. I get that my experience might be unique, but I've come across a lot of black people like this that are they're mixed and they can be seen as white presenting. I actually grew up with a girl who was looked damn near like her. Like it's a hair and skin hue thing that makes it obvious to me that it's black somewhere in your lineage and it's not far. For me, I can point that out. I don't know that y'all can, but it's common out here.
I don't,
especially like when a lot of them tend to be of Creole descent, which is a whole other. Y'all would really be confused once we enter the Creole discussion and see some of the people who are black but are extreme. Like this is what night and day compared to people who look really white but they're Creole and are black. It's a thing.
No, so I'm only saying because I'm looking for something because I want to find something here, but no. I don't think people will say to you, and this is what I wanted to say before when you were talking to Christy. This is what I find somehow about these, one of the statements you made. We can look at people and know that they're mixed, but I don't look at somebody and say, okay, cool, there must be something else in addition to the blackness, therefore you are black. I don't look at a white person and say, yeah, you're not fully white, you're black. That's what you're saying. You're saying, I can look at her, I can see she's not fully white. There's something there. There's something there in the ancestry. Not too far away, black woman. What? That's what we're doing now?
We do that all the time.
I don't do that. You just opening the doors
we do that.
to everybody.
We do that with black people all the time. Yes, we do. At least women do. When it comes to hair, excuse me, sweetie, it's something else in there. We know. We do it all the time. It might be subconscious. It might not be a big deal the way it's being painted to be a big deal in this conversation, but it is something that is done.
But you never look at a black woman and say, oh, yeah, something in the hair, you're Indian. When have you ever said that? Something in the hair straight, Indian.
Yes, we do.
And you say that person is an Indian? That's what you're saying.
No, we literally say you're mixed with something.
Thank you very much.
No,
but
we
in the
wouldn't
other
say
way
that they're
around,
Indian,
you said
but
I look at you and say you're black.
That to me. Whoa, hold on, not too fast. Let's put it from the perspective of we don't, because you said we don't do that with black people and say, oh, you're mixed with something else. Yes, we do.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Common.
You cut the sentence halfway.
That's just what you said.
No. I then said
no. You said
and then
you don't
said
do that with
equals
black people
something else.
and look at them and say you're mixed with something else. That's
and
really
then
what you
say
said.
you are that thing. I said you're looking at this white person saying there's something else in there. Yep, you're not fully white. You are black. That's what you've done. I'm saying you don't look at a black person and say, yeah, there's something else in there. You are Indian. That's what I'm saying.
I've just got a fantastic idea.
Crap.
So all this time, right, I'm seeing people typing in the chat, Brent, go and check Discord, Brent, go check Discord, right? So I've got an idea. In the future, well, obviously from today going on, I'm going to have this window on the side. And this window will be the ability for our community contributors to go on Discord, in the general chat, mind you, and put up whatever media they want alongside what I'm able to do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if it is that people want to say, hey, check out such and such, because I was asked, put Cole Palmer up, they could just go in the Discord, go in the general chat, and then put this up, and then bang, it's right alongside what we're talking about. Do you understand? So if people want to get their ish off at the same time, I think this is wavy. Look, right there. And it helps me as well.
Stacey, look
You
at that
understand?
picture. The one in the blue, sorry. In the blue.
Even that one.
That's Barkley.
Yeah. Stacey.
Hold on, it's hard to see.
Stacey. When you look at that.
I would be able to tell this man has black in him. Easily.
Yeah, but...
And would you say he's black?
I'm not, and that's not to disregard the argument that he is white passing. I would accept that. But me personally, I would know that's a spicy white immediately.
I could tell that he has something in him. I would say he has something in him. Question, Emmanuel.
You pull up.
Would you then say he's a black man?
No. But remember when I asked you what you define as black, and you said 3/4, 100% black, and then Christy said, nope, I don't define it as black. So even you have a lower bar than Christy has.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I'm aware of the bar. That's what I'm saying, and I utilize the bar. But I say that also because I'm just mindful of the fact that blackness is a political thing. That's what it is. That's why
and I think Stacey's also saying it's a political thing. Isn't it?
But I'm also saying 100% that if it is a political thing and we're talking about our experiences and this, that, and the third, I cannot have the same experience with this man here. Impossible.
Yeah, it's different.
Exactly.
What were you saying, Stacey?
Can you pull up a picture of Kane Brown?
No, I already told you how to do this stuff. Go into Discord and put it there so I could put it up.
Sorry, Brent. Go.
No, Stacey, don't at me anymore, right? Go into Discord, general chat, put a picture there, and I can just pull it up. That's it. Help me help you.
It's easier that way.
Put in Cole Palmer picture, Adonis picture, and then you put my picture. That would be insult to me to say that they represent black, and that would be an insult to me. Sorry to say.
I googled that Kane Brown guy. He says
represent black and being black is two different things.
Okay, being black are both. Then.
Why are you offended by someone being black because they're white presenting?
Oh my God, this is again.
You're asking BOE about that? Really?
I don't understand.
Like that,
they are going about having a totally different experience to me. Even in a.
But we can acknowledge that
in a totally different experience to me. So to say
without saying that they're not.
Sorry,
black.
can I finish speaking? To say that I can't be offended by that. Why can't I be? Because
I'm questioning.
You are grouping me in the same group as the Adonis of the worlds or Cole Palmer of the worlds. No, impossible. And to lump all and to say I'm black, and then they also represent black, and they are saying they are black is wild to me personally. It's wild.
I don't view black as a monolith. So to me, I'm not going to invalidate the fact that he's black because, like, I get it. Like, there's nuance. There are different versions of the Black experience. And while there are things that the majority of us experience that I can understand where that point would be, I guess, enraging for you, like that to me doesn't mean that I am in a position to say that that man is not Black. Like I said, it's Black from a different lens. He happens to be biracial. And I think that that's where a lot of biracial people start to have that conflicting experience where they, like the girl, she's like, I don't feel like I can say that I'm Black because I can, like, I don't have that same experience as other people. But she also can't say she's white because she doesn't have the experience either. To me, she is Black, but there's nuance there. Like there's a difference in experience that doesn't make anyone's experience more or less. And that's why to me that whole litigation thing is so odd, because it's like, why are we putting a valid or invalid on something that is like a matter of fact, we just experience it differently. And I can acknowledge that Adonis' experience is that of the minority and not the majority. And that, I think, the nuance should be called out, especially when we have conversations of privilege. I don't go around saying that Emma Grede is not Black. She is. Well, my understanding is she is. But again, her to me, the things that she says is nonsense, because she speaks as if it's privilege that she doesn't have. That doesn't make her any less or any more Black. She's just experiencing a difference in that experience because of privilege. I don't understand that, like that.
So Stacey, I was saying that everything that you're saying is grounded in the fact that like is not even real. It's an idea. It's a thing that we have to. Do you know what I mean? It's in the air. Like we are the ones that have to. We hold it up with our agreed understanding of it. Like, but it's not real. It's a made up thing. So like, of course, it's gonna move and it's gonna shake, because it's not something that you can just point to tangibly and be like, here it is. It's Black. Do you know what I mean?
No, but
Stacey
I
disagrees with that
respect
part.
your opinion.
I think you and Stacey.
It's a social like invention. It's not real.
No,
Like
I get it. I just
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of that argument. It's not. I get it. Like I know what you're saying, and I'm not. I don't want to invalidate that either. That's not where I'm coming from. But I hate when people say, "Well, everything is made up." Like, okay,
No,
but
not
that
everything is
doesn't
made up.
mean
No, not
that-
everything is made up. Not everything is made up. There are real things going on. Not everything is made up.
Okay.
Stacey, Maggie, big up Maggie. She says, a question for you: if Adonis procreates with another white person, would that child be Black?
My answer to that will be yes. However, comma, again, nuance. Like at that point, we're talking about generations, plural, removed. That's a hard one for me to say. Like it is. I don't know.
That's a better answer. That's a better answer. I don't know. And I
think that would be again one of those things where it's like you are because would you argue this and this might ruffle some feathers, if they say I'm a descendant of slavery, would you be mad? Because that person is.
I would absolutely categorically disagree with that. But
how? They are descendant of slavery.
Okay.
Drake's dad is a descendant of slavery.
Yeah, but this goes back to
don't move the goalpost so you can get a stronger argument, please. We're not going down this way.
So again,
there's more bass in the voice now.
That's a matter of fact. We can't argue that, regardless of how you present.
Leave that alone.
I don't get what you're saying, descendant of slavery.
Oh, here we go.
How you can be a descendant of slavery? I'm sorry, I can't. I have to take it there. I don't understand descendant of slavery. The slavery is not a race. Like slavery is how they got there. Yes, but
no, I get it. But I'm saying
that's in the context, heritage of slavery.
In the context of, I'm trying to draw the parallel that Christy's argument is that someone like Adonis or descendants of Adonis are not in a position to discuss anything in representation of Black people, right? Like to her, that's a white man, right? I'm saying
if they continue to procreate, and yes, yes, because how many times are you going to cut the dope? Many times are you going to cut the dope? And it's going to be dope.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly, and that is why my position then changes as that happens. Because to me, it's like, I get it. You are, in your context, stepping on the shit. Like, how many times are you gonna step on it before we have to call it something else? I get it. But You can't for Adonis say the same thing. Like, would he the whole descendant of slavery thing is very much a black conversation. Can he now not participate because he's white presenting? He's a descendant of slavery technically. Are we gonna be equally as mad because he's white presenting and this is often a black conversation? He has black in his lineage. Like, to me, whether someone's black is not debatable. To me, like, I can understand the cultural part. Like, you're white passing, and on top of that, you didn't grow up in. I get it, and then you continue to procreate with white. I get it. That part I get. But whether they are black, as a matter of fact, to me, is not debatable because it's just a matter of fact.
It's not debatable.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, so
we're just gonna let anybody in.
100%.
So
free fall.
This is MTK's contribution. He asks, "Can you play 1 minute from this point?" Let's see.
I'm gonna ask you straight up, like who gets to be black? Like, what qualifies a person to be black?
One way to capture my view is to say, there are no cards. There's nobody giving out cards. There's nobody, to snatch your card. You don't have a card, because that metaphor, right, is about our self-policing and our self-regulation of blackness. Similarly, I don't think that the census gets to tell us who we are by virtue of its boxes and all the things. And so I think that blackness is a negotiation, right, between, our own histories, our own contexts on the one hand, and the kind of sociological norms that are swirling around. I'm a child of the one-drop rule. I think you are not. Right, you are a child of the mixed race possibility, and that means that my blackness will always be in some ways different from yours, and my blackness is unshakable.
I think that Dr. Jones makes a good point that the complex.
Her blackness would be, what's the word she said? Always questioned or something.
Part of the one-drop rule. I'm
that
curious to
tells you
understand what that means.
that tells you everything. When it's the one-drop rule, you have to remember, and Stacey, I'm pretty sure you can talk to this as well. After Jim Crow and all them things, there were black people who had a choice to be black or white. Some chose to be white. Why could they choose to be white? Because they looked white, and then they just became white. They married white men because nobody knew they was white. You know what I'm saying? Because it was part of the one-drop rule. This is the reason why you can look at her and be like, yeah, there's something in there, but you don't know if it's Puerto Rican. You don't know if it's something else. You don't know. But why is it that you can hear that this person has 12.5% blackness and say, yeah, that person's a black person? That doesn't make no sense. Doesn't make no sense. What happened to the other percentage? What about them living a different experience and living in a white neighborhood, for example, and all that sort of stuff and saying, yeah, that person's a white person? Why is it that blackness can be a free-for-all? You see what I'm saying? And I think that's the issue that we're getting
to. This conversation will flip very funny when if this conversation flips, let me make it present progressive. This conversation flips very funny when these same people that you don't want to identify as black, or you don't claim they should identify as black, start identifying as white, and now all of a sudden they're separating themselves from their blackness. They're not acknowledging their blackness, even though they're quite literally one generation removed.
I promise you.
Like, that's so bizarre to me.
No, it better not be, because I promise you, I would not be one of those being like, yeah. What? Why do you don't want to claim blackness? Please. Never in life have I looked at somebody and said, you should never in life. And I won't start today.
So this is the first point.
So when they have kids and the black gene kicks in, when is this black gene going to kick in?
But can it happen? Should I ask Isaac? Can that happen? Can it happen, Emmanuel?
I mean, it can happen.
So don't say that in response to Noreen's question. Don't say it like that.
No.
Because you just said it can happen.
Yeah, but okay. So are we going to start talking about possibilities?
No, but we've been factoring that possibility.
Kicks in if they keep on. At what stage is that going to kick in?
That's why I asked, is it possible?
So basically, so I can understand Noreen's thing here. Is this when that person has kids with a white person?
If Adonis had kids with a white person, yeah.
And just continually, and then one day the black gene just kicks in?
Is it possible?
Oh my.
I asked you if it's possible.
It's possible, yeah.
All right.
But
No.
it's also possible somebody could walk on water.
No, they might have black features,
As a
or they might
miracle.
have a black feature too. But I don't think it's a random gene that just appears at like. No.
Interesting,
No, it
Stacey.
is. I'll show you an
Interesting,
example.
Stacey.
I'll show you an example.
Interesting, Stacey.
I'll give you an example.
Huh?
So,
Maybe hair. Like,
Oh, we have somebody who hasn't spoken on Discord before. Kayla, just accept the invitation and jump on in. It's your first time here, so maybe you find it weird that something just popped up on your side. Good morning, Kayla.
you gotta unmute and change the output so you can hear us.
She got it. Kayla?
Yeah, she's still on mute. Just hit the microphone, the symbol. I'll tell mute.
Yeah, she's doing all sorts right now. I'm seeing just cycle through options. All right, when is it you figure it out? Iman, you wanted to play this video?
Which video?
The one that you shared in the Discord.
Yeah, this is just me looking at it via thingy while on showing it, but it'd be good to see what she says.
Oh, so you don't know what she says?
No, because I gauged it from the comments, innit?
All right.
I'm the biracial daughter of a black woman who hates being black.
There you go.
She hated being black so much that she hated me for being white. She would constantly point out the differences in our skin tone. She would tell me that I was lucky for being so light. She would tell me that she wished that she could be as light as I was, that all she had to do was stay out of the sun a little bit longer. She would tell me things like she was sorry for giving me my hair texture. She was sorry for giving me such a strong features, such a strong nose, such strong shoulders and strong muscles, strong arms. She would apologize for my build because I was built like a black girl, and she would tell me, I'm sorry I can't take you to these stores, I'm sorry you can't wear this style because you're built like a black girl and I messed you up. She would rub white towels over her skin and check for skin flakes, because if she couldn't see many skin flakes on there, it must mean that she's pale enough now, she's light enough now. But because she hated being black and I was white and I leaned into my black heritage and was unashamed of it in the way that she tried to teach me to be, she felt like I was wasting a gift by leaning into it. I'm the biracial daughter of a black woman who hates being black.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on that, Stacey? Do you feel like she's a black woman?
Kayla, have you figured it out yet? No, still nothing.
I am.
Still nothing.
oh, I didn't even realize my mic was on. Her mic, she's. Oh, there we go.
You working now?
Kayla, say something. She's unmuted, but we can't hear her.
Yeah. Maybe she has a Android.
Impossible.
No.
I gotta see the video. Brent, I couldn't see because I'm on Discord. She's talking, but we can't hear her. That's so
Hello?
odd.
Hello, Kayla.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Right.
You've done well. Congratulations.
Sorry.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. This is like very new for me, but I've been watching since it started the day after.
Come on, day one.
Come on.
It's saying push to talk. The setting for this.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yeah, you gotta hold it down to speak. Yeah.
That's inconvenient.
It really
anyway,
Sorry.
It's when, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a little bit to the conversation regarding. I think we should just be able to call mixed people mixed. Like, it's not an issue. That doesn't negate their blackness. It doesn't negate whatever other side they have. Like, this helps with stopping the conversation regarding like who is black, who's not black. We can't police what their blackness is or what their blackness isn't based on what we like or dislike about them. I think it's just fine. And by the way, I am a black woman, so I'm not mixed.
Come on.
But I just think a lot of this conversation wouldn't be happening if we just allow mixed people to identify as mixed. That's all I have to say about that.
But what do you feel about the situation where you say, okay, a mixed person should identify as mixed, but they tell you, no, I'm not mixed, Or they say I'm mixed, but I'm black though. Do you feel like? Yeah, go on.
Sorry.
What would you say in response to that?
You know, I don't know, if I meet someone and they lead with their black, like I won't question them. If they say, okay, oh, I have a white parent, or they have an Asian parent, and then they have a black parent, I would maybe ask them, like, why do you choose to identify as just black instead of like acknowledging your other side? But I'm not too fast. Like, I'm not going to like disparage them because they're identifying with black. I think when it comes to white passing mixed people, I think it's easier for them to well, it's quite difficult. Sometimes they will lead with like, oh, I'm mixed, because obviously they white passing, and then but they do have like a black parent or something. I don't know. I think it's like, I'm not gonna downplay someone that maybe they want to identify as black, but they're not fully black. It's not an issue for me, really.
But do you feel like that messes up or makes the conversation more difficult? Because then, if it's like they fully identify as being black, but they're mixed, their contribution to conversations about blackness could kind of, for lack of a better word, dilute the conversation. Because obviously their experience will be different to you and I, who are fully black.
Yeah, 100%. It can mute the conversation. I think it gets quite difficult when it comes to representation, especially because a lot of people will identify people who are mixed, like outside of themselves identifying as black. A lot of people are happy to identify mixed people as black, and this is like worldwide, in the Western world, and then when mixed people get the opportunities and become the face of blackness, then it's a conversation of, oh wait, but that doesn't represent. And then the more mixed you get, for example, a mixed person getting with a white person and a white person and another white person, that could then become the face of blackness, and that doesn't actually represent unambiguous monoracial black people, and that is an issue that I think we should like. That shouldn't.
Yeah.
If they just identify as mixed, then it shouldn't be an issue. That wouldn't be an issue. Do you know what I mean?
And I think that's fair enough, isn't it? Like, I understand exactly where you come from. Put it that way. Exactly.
This is ironic because are we being for real? Like, yes, people should be able to identify with mix, but y'all, more so you men, are like, you do realize there's a connotation that comes with that even unintentionally. Like, I would like to think that in a perfect world, like when someone says they're mixed, like we understand the nuance as just being nuance, but you do realize mixed means someone is both, like they're black and white, or black and Asian, or black and whatever the second part is.
Yeah.
So why would it then be incorrect for them to, like, if I ask them, are you black? It would not be incorrect for them to say yes, because they're black and white. And when that nuance is important, obviously we bring that up, but that doesn't eradicate the fact that they are in fact like.
But when you say this, when you say this,
you're calling it into question. But you're calling the mere fact that you're calling it into question eradicates the point they're trying to make with mixed people should just be able to call themselves mixed. You see, like,
I feel like you're being disingenuous.
You're doing it now.
I feel like you're being disingenuous, because if that same mixed person said to you, I'm white, what would you say?
I would be like, okay.
No,
yeah,
you wouldn't. You
you're
LOL.
mixed.
You would LOL.
No, you would not. You would interrogate and you would litigate.
As we heard you.
That's not true.
What? What?
Okay.
Literally, when you talk about Stephen Butler, you were saying,
Thank you.
if he said I'm white, you
LOL.
said you said that. You said be for real. If he came out and said he was white.
This is what happens when we just say stuff for sake of saying
mixed. He's mixed.
Yeah, but if he led with I'm black, or if you answered with I'm black, then it's fine. But then a minute ago you said if he answered with I'm white, that's you know what I mean. That's taking the piss kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean.
because like I said earlier, the people who tend to the biracial people, the mixed people who tend to do that, often do that as a separation thing, not because they identify with one side more than the other. It's I want to separate myself. I did speak on that.
Yeah, we can't blanket that every single person. Because again, you can't go off their experience. You don't know if they've grown up with their white family and they've grown up in a white area and they've just grown up feeling like being in a black
I didn't
situation.
speak in the absolute. I said often. Yeah. I didn't speak in the absolute. I did say when I said it, I said oftentimes. Okay. That's the case. And on top of that, I even said that. I said that there are some white people or white passing people who have, black people who are white passing that struggle with identifying with black for the reason that in the video that I provided.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen,
I did say that. I didn't speak in the absolute.
The reality is this: there is no mixed race person that says I'm white that you will look at them and be like, "Oh yeah, I hear you." We know the truth, Stacey. That's not the case. You wouldn't. You see what I'm saying? And I think that speaks volumes. That sometimes we can hear a mixed race person say, "Oh yeah, I'm black," and be like, "Okay, cool, accept it, this, that, and the third." But hear them say they're white and be like, "What's going on there?" And you would judge them for it. That's just the reality. Like, why lie to ourselves?
Because inherently, if they're mixed with black, you think they're only black. So them just that's all you think. That's why you would that's why you find it okay to be like, if a mixed person says I'm black, oh yeah, of course. Because inherently you think they're just black.
And that's
you don't. You know what?
I think it's disingenuous to say that you even acknowledge the other side. I'm sorry.
And you know what the thing is as well, mixed race people.
You know what I think
people don't.
Mixed race people, especially in mixed race people, especially in America, who say they're black, will never say they're white though. You know that, right?
You know what I think it is too. Mm-hmm. I think, and this speaks to the whole lack of acknowledgement of the white side. Let me speak for myself. I don't know if other people share this same sentiment. I think the reason why it's maybe more acceptable in my mind or anyone else's mind for the black part of the biracialness to kind of be the leap is because I don't understand white culture. Like I can see if you're mixed, if you're biracial, right, or you're mixed, whatever you choose to identify with, right, and whether it's one generation moved or you have a black parent and a white parent or whatever the case may be, like. I understand the cultural differences that you grew up with that that is attributed to blackness, right? I don't know what that looks like on the opposite end. So for you to say I'm white when I'm very clearly like, you know what I'm talking about? Do you understand the point I'm trying to make? Like, I think there's not a lack of understanding in terms of white culture. Like, to me, it's like as soon as you have a bit of that black culture mixed into your whatever, like, it's hard for me to see the white part or like rationalize the percentage of your experience because it's like, but like, hello, what's not clicking? That's what I'm. Maybe that's my shortcoming.
I think
I don't understand.
You hear black and go culturally black. Like instantly, if there's somebody who said if the mixed race person says I'm black, you instantly just go, oh, they're culturally black. Then so instantly we connect just because we're saying they're black.
No,
so we're connecting culturally.
I can see the black phenotypically oftentimes, maybe not all the time, but oftentimes. But the part that to me, I guess of the validation of it is like the experience part, like. Some of the things that you grew up with, some of the stuff that you grew up doing, eating, saying, around, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe the person who maybe chooses not to say black or lead with, if they were to, hypothetically, right? Because the example here is if a biracial person wants to say that they're white, you'd be like, all right. I don't know. Yeah, we could say that perhaps, but like, the part of my brain that maybe rejects that if a biracial person were to say that they're white has more to do with the things that I can very obviously point out are black, and it doesn't stop at like phenotypical stuff. That's why to me, if they were to identify with white, I would reject it because it's like, okay, you're saying that, but I know what you do at home. I know how you were raised. I know some of the like, what are we even saying here? Like, it would be, that's why I start saying that they're not doing it because I identify more with being white. Perhaps they do, and I'm just unaware of white culture, and that may be something that I need to investigate how that exists in a biracial household. But I know that you're doing it to separate because I also know the black things that you had in your life, and for some reason, this confusion has led you to want to separate more than associate, and that to me is weird.
guys, due to time, obviously we have to wrap up here. Pris says white people created the one drop rule for them to benefit, and black people are still leaning into it in 2026. That's one of the truest statements made today.
Crazy work.
Big up, Pris. And if you don't know about the one drop rule and Jim Crow and them man there, please do the history so you can understand why that's an accurate statement.
All the best all parties involved.
Yes.
Can you provide context before you?
It's just it was basically just a way to be like, okay, cool. There's a mix of black in you, yeah. No matter how small this is, you are now not pure enough to be white, and we are now accepting.
Basically, the black multiplies like a negative sign type.
Precisely.
Commentary.
Precisely. Yeah. You are not good enough to be white. You must be black, because this over here is not for you. This is the pureness, and so
But
now
see, the derivative of that.
How did they benefit from that?
It was a way to shut out. I guess we're talking about like all of like white society and stuff, innit? It was a way to shut out and keep a certain demographic and laws amongst
mixed
white
race
people.
people.
So if you exactly
Access to even their wealth.
Exactly. So it was just a way
They
to
can't
keep
claim-
it for
claim to
sure.
it.
Basically makes people away from their wealth, yeah. Like Thomas Jefferson was out here chopping so many black people. They were like, we can't let all these mixed race kids come and take Thomas Jefferson's wealth out here. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they was like basically trying to stop.
Yeah.
So the children that they
I'd
made
imagine
through
like-
their deeds wouldn't be able to get the inheritance that they were deserved.
In that example with Thomas Jefferson, yeah, because he didn't see them as legit kids. These were just bastardized children from women that he enslaved. You know what I'm saying? But
Can you imagine? That's what it derives from the one drop rule. Illegitimacy. And people still want to claim it.
But anyway, guys, due to time, 10:51, we got to move on. We got a couple headlines, and yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Stacy, thank you, Ed. Thank you, MTK. Thank you, Kayla. You
Kayla
should
as
call
well.
up a bit more now that you know how
100%,
to
man.
use the Discord. That push to talk is crazy. I didn't know that.
I didn't
was
know
what Androids have to do.
No, it's not. This is definitely an Apple thing.
Well, it's
Kayla, you an
definitely-
Apple?
It's definitely not.
Since when did they? Back to the
Because I've never done
I don't
that.
have that.
Huh? Have you got that? No. Okay.
I don't have that. Mine is just unmute.
I think it's a settings thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Kayla, for calling up as well and being a day one as well. You know
Come
what I'm saying?
on,
Big up
come
you,
on.
man. Appreciate the support as always. All right, people, got last day headlines and we got to wrap up, man. All right, then, people. So, a Harrow candidate in today's election, has been suspended by the Conservative Party after a series of social media posts linked to an account that he's associated with appeared to express support for the far-right activist Tommy Robinson and called for mass deportation. So, Nathan Smith, who was a Conservative candidate for West Harrow at the upcoming Harrow Council elections today, right? He's no longer there, basically, right? Post sent from his ex-account that appears to be Mr. Smith contained comments made over many months, including suggestions that the mass deportation of Afghans from the UK and support for Mr. Robinson after he was arrested on suspicion of grievous bodily harm after a man was allegedly assaulted at St. Pancras train station on Monday the 28th of July. The account apparently belonging to Mr. Smith also questioned why a man was raising an Indian flag alongside a British flag, commenting, "You're in England, mate." But despite the suspension, he will remain on Thursday's ballot paper as a candidate. Okay, there you go. Pardon me, my mistake. He will still be there today, so you can still vote for this man if this is the guy that you want for some reasons. Next headline, and big landlords cash in on Labour's rent reforms with 40% discount. So professional landlords are snapping up rental properties on the cheap after a knee-jerk reaction to Labour's reforms. So the number of tenanted properties sold at auction jumped 70% in April compared to the same month last year as landlords raced to exit the market ahead of the Renters' Rights Act. This is what the figures from Property Auctioneer Auction House showed. 46 tenanted properties were sold at live auction in April 2026, up from just 27 in the same month last year. Selling a property to another landlord is still permitted under the reforms and involves transferring the tenancy agreement without the need to evict the renters first. And our last headline, France's Paris Court of Appeal on Wednesday ruled that investigation should resume after Rwanda's former First Lady, should resume against her for her alleged complicity in genocide. So last year, a lower court dismissed charges that Agatha Abiyarimana, pardon me for the pronunciation, she had played a role in the 1994 genocide, saying that there was insufficient evidence against her. Now in her late 80s, she has lived in France since being evacuated by French paratroopers in the early days of the killing spree. It was triggered by the assassination of her husband, the former Hutu president of Rwanda. Violence over a period of 100 days, as you guys know, saw between 800,000 and 1 million Tutsis and moderate Hutus brutally killed, mainly by the Hutus. The ex-First Lady has been under investigation since 2008, with plaintiffs claiming that she headed the Akazu, or the inner circle of Hutu power. They allege that she plays an active role in planning and carrying out the massacres, drawing up lists of names of those to be executed. Her lawyer has described the decision to reopen the case as incomprehensible, saying that there was no evidence to seriously support these claims. And that is it for the headlines, people. What are you gonna say, Brent?
PSG.
Yep. You see the game? You see the game?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, it was a cool game. I mean, PSG won.
Mm-hmm.
And they
went
drew, but they went through. So Arsenal face PSG in the final.
Yes, indeed.
Saturday the 30th. So it's going to be a very, very, very wonderful day. Very wonderful day. Anything can happen on that day. Everybody's betting on PSG. Everybody's betting on PSG. But we'll see who turns up on that day. We'll see who turns out that day. I'm confident. It could be delusional. It could be naive, but I'm confident. Yes, Ed, I have seen the petition against Mbappe. Apparently, I think it's 2 million or is it 8 million people have signed a petition to get Mbappe out of Real Madrid.
Why?
He's been doing stuff that they don't like. So, hopefully, when the transfer window opens, we will, as Arsenal, we'll be able to exploit that, take advantage somehow.
Okay. Hopeful this thing.
Yes, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't see him going anywhere else other than
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, obviously money-wise, City, even money-wise, United. But if it is that you want, true football played, true culture.
Come on.
True football culture.
You
You come to the carpet.
Yeah.
Kofi says he doesn't want Mbappe.
What?
Interesting.
He's a Labour supporter, though.
Interesting.
Everything is not correct.
He said he will upset the dressing room badly. He said he will upset the dressing room.
My friend, all he needs to do is score goals, man, and everyone will be happy. That's it. That's all that matters.
All right, we'll revisit this closer to the time. Official Soprano says Mbappe at Arsenal sounds like a pipe dream. But would be fire. Yeah, it definitely would be fire. It definitely is a pipe dream. Kofi said this ain't got nothing to do with Labour, Iman. But I'm be interested to know if he was still voting Labour. Kofi, are you still voting Labour?
Yeah, good question.
Is that where your sentiment is right now? Is that where your head is right now? Is Labour definitely still on your ballot paper?
Yeah, man.
Let us know. At this stage, after everything you've seen. Let's see. Let's see what he says. Jinan just says, I don't know. Ed says PSG going to potentially back UCLs after him leaving. Def has put the narrative of Mbappe being the problem. No, I'm not buying that. Not buying that at all.
Kofi has answered, man. He said
local elections, Lib Dem, National Labour. So he's still just interesting.
And you're Arsenal support too.
What's that mean? Corbyn is Arsenal.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's Arsenal.
Come on. Big up them guys.
What are you saying?
No, because I don't know. Stuff is not. Maybe I need to spend a bit more time to calculate. And see how it works.
Anyway.
But yeah, man. But tomorrow as well, we're gonna talk about the big fight, man, on Saturday.
Who is it again?
Dubois and Wardley.
All right.
Yeah, man. It's potential to be a complete crazy one, man. It's not going to 12 rounds. It's not going to 12 rounds. If it does, oh no, it's not going to 12 rounds. No, just no need. Not these type of guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a good one though. It's gonna be a very good fight. We'll be talking about that. Brent, what are we doing? We doing the pulse?
I don't know. You've decided to crazily stretch this. It's 11 right now. So you want to take another hour of mine?
No, not necessarily. It could be like a quick one, just to warm the people up. We could just talk about the voting elections today, guys.
But I need you to just start talking about wild stuff.
Oh my goodness!
I need to clip it up and put it out.
You changed the person now.
What do you mean? What's that mean? You just sat down there and just went back and forth with Stacey.
No, but
Litigate in Blackness.
No, but about
Not change at all.
When it comes to Blackness, I'll never change. That one there.
Never change. He's never change.
Never.
Do you all want a Pulse episode from Emmanuel in the next 15 minutes? As in starting in the next 15 minutes. What emojis should they use in the chat?
A black one.
Anything black. Any emoji black. Let us know if it is that you want a Pulse episode.
Yeah, it'll be a short one. I got an appointment anyway, guys. So
crazy.
What happened?
You're gonna take another hour of my time and then go and look to have your appointment and get there on time. We're not having a Pulse episode. And funnily enough, we have two new Pulse shows starting this evening.
Come on.
The thing is, they might not even have a clue.
Come on.
Nope, Noreen, that doesn't count. That does not count. That's ambiguous. Those prayer hands are ambiguous.
Nah, man. It's not ambiguous. What's that? Black Hearts? Black Hearts, come on.
Maggie, if I don't see you in that chat.
You know what I'm saying?
If I don't see you in that chat, I'll be calling you.
100%.
I will be calling you.
And in fact, they have to be able to call up as well. It'll be a short one again, but...
Don't call up. You could just jump in the Discord.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Discord chat. All right, cool. 2 new shows on the Pulse. One from Gigi, Amplify Us, at 6 p.m.
Come on.
And one from Brian and Nat, called Cape to Cairo, at 7 p.m.
I'm looking forward to that one, man.
So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that too. So, we're going to have 2 new additions. Like I told you all of the presenters are going to be starting their shows in a staggered format. But they will all be on the docket sometime before summer. Sometime before summer. What else?
Big up Temi yesterday.
Yes, but Temi always turns up, man. She always represents.
But just
she's cooking though. She's getting into her groove.
She's indeed.
She's really getting into her groove.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying to her yesterday. Don't overthink it, man. You're doing a great job already, man.
Yeah.
Be yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was great. But
Yeah.
for those people who obviously turn up here but are not listening at the time, innit? Please subscribe to the Pulse TNB. Like, it's amazing. You're missing out on so many good hosts delivering like good content, having good conversations, man, on the Pulse.
Yeah. All right. Please look after yourselves. Be kind to one another. Drink plenty of water. Mind your mother effing business. Shout out to Mel the Baker. Shout out to Black Currant. Your fits are wavy.
100%.
Some more wavy than the others, but that's just my personal preference to get me.
But all were amazing, though. All were amazing.
All wavy. Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, man.
Run it up. And tune into the Pulse within the next 15 minutes to see Emmanuel. And I'm going to see Maggie also in the chat. If I don't, I'm never putting Emmanuel on right after he's taken up a whole thing again. You get me? All right, bless.
Peace, guys.
Bye. Where's the end card now? Here we go.